Welcome into another episode of Let's Just Talk About It with your amazing, beautiful, intelligent host, Jessica Cymone. Me. Tonight's live, we're getting into something that has the internet livid. And I mean livid. An image of a black man with multiple Nike logos branded into his back has gone viral. And people are asking, what the fuck is this? Are you trying to trigger a trauma? Is this racism? Is this tone deaf? Or is it just straight up disrespect? Now, the twist is I've heard that it wasn't even released by Nike, but people are still boycotting Nike for their own other reason. Allegedly, it was created by a black artist, but that did not stop the backlash. So tonight we're going to unpack all of it, the history, the intention, the impact. And the bigger question is, even if the branding isn't physical anymore, are we still being marked in other ways? Now, before we get to that, y'all know we got to get into Trump's America. Okay. So today in Trump's America, there's a lot of things that's been going on. Him talking about laws, trying to force people to, I guess, go to the ballot. You can't do mail-in ballot. I think, in my opinion, allegedly in Minecraft, he's trying to trick other countries into either attacking Iran or, bully them into going to get their oil. So we'll get into his Truth Social about that as well. And there's been some news on Kristi Noem. So put a 1 in the chat if you have not heard the news on Kristi Noem. Put a 2 in the chat if you heard it and you was laughing your motherfucking ass off. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the panel. But before we do, make sure that you continue to tap the screen, share the live to your story, repost it, share with a friend. Don't spam it. So TikTok don't think that we're bots in here. And also hit that thumbs up button if you're on the tube. And make sure that you are subscribed so that you do not miss any of the lives. But if you do, there is a playlist with all of the live streams on there. So you'll always be able to catch the playback if you missed the part, if you think somebody said something they didn't say, or maybe you was on the panel and you was like, I didn't say that. And I'm like, yes, you did. And then you can go back and see if you really did say that. And you can be like, damn, I did say that. So we're about to get into it. If you would like to come up on the panel, feel free to do so. Make sure you're showing love. When we have amazing guests up here, make sure you show them love, especially if they're saying some things that you like. If they are op and they're talking out the side of their neck, you do not have to give them a goddamn thing. All right. And we're about 48 hours from being able to get super chats and add the royal shop to the our YouTube. So thank you. Please get all of your hours. Help your girl out. I appreciate it. It's a free way to support. Showcase Media in the building. Big LM, not the little one in the building. Okay. Mr. Frey. Who else is in the building? All right. Thank y'all so much. Blacker Tony. Let's go. Risa. Drop some crowns for Risa for getting the donuts in the gift gallery as well. Thank you so much. So I do want to play a couple of videos really quick before we get started, and then we can get into you guys' thoughts about what you feel like Mr. Trump has going on today. So here we go. Department of Homeland Security. You know what? I would get into his first, but I think this is funny, so let's start with her.
Says she has been devastated.
Run it back.
We have some news right now. Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, says she has been devastated after a new Daily Mail report says that her husband was leading a, quote, secret double life, cross-dressing. According to the Daily Mail, Kristi Noem's husband was a secret cross-dresser who, as you can read that, while Kristi Noem was in Trump's cabinet as secretary, he was dressing up and paying adult entertainers to talk dirty. The Daily Mail has reviewed hundreds of messages involving 3 women from the... You could read that yourself. In response, Kristi Noem's representatives told the New York Post that her family was blindsided, saying, quote, Miss Noem is devastated. The family was blindsided by this, and they asked for privacy and prayers at the time. I want to make something clear. There is nothing wrong with what happens in their personal life. That's their business. Kristi Noem, though, was part of an administration. She herself has attacked LGBTQ rights, has attacked individuals who have cross-dressed, and that is what many on the internet are pointing to when sharing the story. As always, spread the word and follow for more. Yes.
So Kristi Noem's husband is living a double life, and I think Elizabeth Booker has a photo of some of the photos he's been sending. So y'all can put a 1 in the chat if y'all do want to see that. Put a 2 in the chat, like, girlie day, where it's at. But what are you guys starting the show? Let's start with you. Welcome in. How you doing today? How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you? How's everybody in the chat and on the panel?
You sound down. You all right?
No. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. As far as this news, I literally could do shit. Like, girl, when I saw that, I was just like, okay, next. Like, we got real problems out here. You out here listen, when you're not paying attention to your own home, like, it's funny, but it's not funny. Like, it's like so sad. You got the nerve talking about they're devastated. I bet you are, sis. That was not on my bingo card. Not even going.
It wasn't on mine either. Now we all know they kind of got their own, allegedly have their own grinder, whatever, you know what I mean? But this was on a whole nother level, which I thought was really interesting. Steven,
real quick, why is MAGA so weird? If MAGA is in here, why are y'all so damn weird? It's always y'all. Y'all got the nerve. She had the nerve to come for immigrant communities, but it's y'all that be so damn weird.
She ain't lying about that. Hey, Steven, how you doing? And welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. Please share the live, share with a friend, share it to your story, repost it. Yeah, those are the quick flashes of the pictures that he is sending and the way he is dressing up. And I ain't gonna lie, it's the puckered lips for me. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I just think that it's very fucking funny that these are the same people that say, like, we have to live up to these Christian values and whatever, and they're the people that do the total opposite. So,
and then is she gonna have to get a divorce? Because that's not going against her Christian values either.
Sorry, let me not.
Okay, I thought you over there speaking that West Virginia shit, boy.
You know what? No, you know what? Let me mute.
Go ahead, correct.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all what I see. What I see is a girl who the reason why she has been such a transphobe is because deep down inside, her husband, she resents this man for the behavior she's exhibiting. She knows what's going on, right? That's the reason why she was on that representative that's trans, right? They were talking so hard about keeping her out of the bathroom. Whole time she mad at her husband. You know what I'm saying? Taking it out on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, she knew it. Ain't no way you hiding that rat in that house. Okay?
You know it ain't yours. It's not the first time. Like, women know, they have conversations. There are signs, and nobody knows you as intimately as your wife. You know, that person that you live with. She knows. And a lot of women who are transphobe, like, I don't want these trans women around my man. You're not mad at the trans women. You're mad at the man because you know if he thinks she fine, he gonna go for it. You're with the wrong man, honey.
Every woman knows their nigga. Okay? You know what your man likes? Stop it, girl. You not fooling us. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't think that shit was gonna come out. And he don't give a fuck about you, your career. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that he was doing on film, it's wild. He don't care. And you know what? I think, like, this is a ding to them, but most of the Republicans, like we talked about earlier on Smitty's Live, they don't care. They're still not going to care, right? They're going to make excuse for this white man. He's been traumatized. There'll be some reason why it's acceptable for him to put on boobs, but no other man in America should be able to.
Exactly. Exactly. Showcal Smitty, welcome in. How you doing? How you feeling? It's an honor to have you here.
Hey Jess, hold on. I'm right in front of Christy Nome's house right now. Hold on. His dog will holler, boy. His dog will holler. Oh my! Hold on.
Oh my God.
Listen,
bro.
this is so predictable.
This warranted one.
Right?
Oh my God.
This is so predictable. I mean, it's always the ones that got the biggest problem. Listen, the Caress and Steven, they said it better than I could, but it's always the ones that got the biggest problems in everybody's business.
Mind the business that pay you.
Can I chime in real quick? So
hold on.
I got a take on something a little different, and then I'm gonna go back on mute.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this. We talked about the No Kings rallies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been trying to put it into an analogy because there's a friend of mine I want to talk to about this. And so the analogy that I came up with is like, as Black people, right? Think of America as an airplane, okay? And what a lot of these people have a problem with is the pilot flying the plane. They don't have a problem with the plane; they have a problem with the pilot, right? We have a problem with the plane and the pilot.
We need a whole new plane.
You see what I'm saying, right? Because they just want to change the pilot. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
We're not even trying to get on the plane because the plane structurally has never delivered for us. And so just changing the pilot isn't enough. And so that, to me, I'm hoping that gets the point across of what the issue is with these rallies, because it's really just about, hey, you don't really have a problem with the structural system of America. You just have a problem with who's flying the plane. Right? The plane is delivered for you historically. It's been accurate for you historically. While the plane, our answers have been in the plane crashed. Right?
Facts.
Our kids were supposed to go to universities, the plane didn't deliver them. Right? The plane didn't deliver all of the funds and the cargo we needed in our neighborhoods. And so when we see the plane, structurally, the plane is a problem. We need a whole new airline.
Yeah, I know. Sucky said we need a whole new airline.
We need a whole new airline. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really the issue. That's why it's like there's a lot of hope and jubilation, because if you just change the pilot, everything is good. Whereas when we see it, we like, man, we gotta do something different. We out there, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a whole different mentality. But going back to cringy gnome. I have nothing. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go on.
I'm hollering. And that's why a lot of people say that, y'all, men, especially white men, they don't like they women. And a lot of women know that, which is why their birth rate has been declining. Which is why, Andy, that was so beautiful. Drop some crowns in the chat for Andy. Thank you for the candy puffs. That's my first time seeing that gift. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Love me. Thank you for the hat. Drop some crowns, y'all. That was cute. These white demons, they don't like y'all. And I think that a lot of women know that, which is why they have not been, their birth rate is going down. They're getting up out these houses, slowly deconstructing, which start from getting away from your husband, which may be cross-dressing in the back, you know what I mean? Or doing this, that, and the other. The only reason that they push for these nuclear marriages is nuclear families is because they need to get the white birth rate up. And like I told y'all earlier, I'm reading White Fear by Roland Martin, and he talks about that. And I saw this video today, which I thought was really interesting, and we're about to get into it. And you hear the rhetoric that they are telling their constituents, which is, let's see, let me unmute it. Here we go.
We're gonna just outbreed them. Can I get a witness? We're gonna just outbreed them. Can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? We're just gonna outbreed the left.
You're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready. It is high time to start. It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps.
She said more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready. Let me just run it back, starting with we're gonna outbreed them, y'all, because I don't
Get a
know.
witness? We're gonna just outbreed them. Can I get a witness? Can I get an amen? We're just gonna outbreed the left.
If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start. It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps and putting birth control pills and saying I do at the altar, that ultimately trickle down into the political policies that we will see save our country.
They were dirty women. They were sluts. But you are special girls. Fertility is a gift directly from God. He left you intact for a biblical purpose. Like Bila served Rachel, you girls will serve the leaders of the faithful and their barren wives. You will bear children for them. Oh, you are so lucky.
We're gonna.
Bruh. It's like we already slipping into The Handmaid's Tale. And if you guys have ever watched The Handmaid's Tale, in the first episode, she say, you know, we didn't just fall into it. It was like little things that they were implementing before one day they just started unaliving people who rebel and taking it back. So if you have any thoughts on that, please feel free.
I definitely want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
The audacity about them coming in and saying, have children even before you can afford them. Yet that's the thing that they used to come down on Black women for. What you out here having babies for if you can't even afford them? You shouldn't be opening up your legs, using the social services up, you welfare queens. But now you're telling young white girls to go out there and do exactly that. It's such a double standard. It's so disgusting and disturbing. And the fact that they're using these girls as some breeding, right? Like there's outbreeding them like they're animals. These are women they're talking about. And this is the thing that I was saying earlier on Smitty's Live, was like they are talking to a very specific group of people, right? They're talking to these people directly. They know who they're talking to. They're using dog whistle format in order for them to spread the message of what they're trying to say, right? They're trying to say, have us some more white babies so we can outbreed the other races of people in this country. And it's disturbing.
Not only did she say before you can afford it, she said, and before you think you're ready. Like, I don't know. I don't care if you're not ready. Yeah. Then that's what I thought.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
She's talking to the kids.
Yeah. That's sad. Like, low key, I feel sorry for. I get how they're groomed into being the terrible, you know, the racist white women that we know that, you know, stab you in the back. But they are, y'all a victim too, okay? By your own husband, by your own dad, by your own brothers and sisters, by the church you go to. And it has you in a fucking, this is in Grapevine, Texas, the lady that was speaking. They have you in, they'll groom you to a way where you're in there grooming other women. Go ahead, Nichelle.
Listen, argue with your mom about this, but that trad wife life that is so popular on social media, that Nara Smith, it's mostly white tea women, but I'm starting to see women of color adopt this too. That is an alt-right pipeline. Don't get it twisted. That soft life, right? Pay attention to how that's worded. There's nothing wrong with being soft. There's nothing wrong with anti-hustle culture. Loving it, here for it, do you. But don't get it twisted. That trad wife going back to, you know, the old ways, you know, I'm going to bake bread and like, I'm going to like harvest my honey with my own like bee colony. And,
like, that's a lot of time.
my kids eat like oat milk and stuff. And like, I sew Chad and Hunters, like, girl, bye. Listen, that mess is straight out of hell. Okay.
Facts.
Straight out of hell. And it is an alt-right pipeline. And you're starting to see more and more people like recognize that, how easily that gets you sucked in. And for the most part, I've kind of ignored it because it's been mainly white people and it's like, okay, whatever. No, I'm starting to see women of color slip into that too. And then next thing you know, we're wondering how Blaga happened. Just saying, argue with your mama. I'm just saying.
Like Caress said, red pill. It's a red pill for women. Basically, first they've attacked the men, now they're attacking the women. And do I look like I want to be fucking kneading some dough? I'm not quitting anti-hustle culture to get in there and make nothing from scratch.
And it's a response, Jess. It is one. Listen, for those of y'all who remember, it is a direct response, an anti-response. It's a pushback to the badass era. You remember that, Jess? Remember that with the little CEO, the CEO cups, and remember that it was all about being the hustle culture, the girl boss era. It is a direct pushback to the 90s, early 2000s girl boss era. If any, put a one in. Yeah, put a one in the chat if you remember that era. Like it was a whole thing for girls, right? I mean, they had cups, they had media, they had merch. Like it was a whole thing. It's a pushback to that. It's an alt-right pipeline.
Now I can see some of that stuff. I'm like, oh, that look like it would probably be good. Do I want to do that for a living? Because you gotta seem like she'd be up there doing it every day. Fun, yeah. Experiment, cute. Content, sometimes. Life, daily job, no. I'm tired because sometimes I just want to lay in the bed and binge watch Homeland or something. You know what I mean? And it seems like it's mandatory. And nobody's talking about what happens if you don't do it. Like when I talked about happy shiny people, their wives got spankings if they didn't call them sir, if they didn't address them in a certain way. Like you see how my voice is, I wouldn't be able to use my voice. Everybody had to infantilize their voice because that is how a woman should speak. And then when her son got caught with touching on their youngest daughters, she said, we're not going to basically they're not going to address the son. They're going to pray to the Lord and hope that the Lord can help him, which is crazy. Which is crazy, y'all. So women, we got to be sticking together. And don't let them, be talking to your friends. Don't let them slip because that's soft. Ain't nothing soft about having to cook every day. They make it look good, and these people get paid a lot of money to do it, to make it look good. Because I don't know if y'all ever cooked something from the beginning from scratch or something like that, but sometimes I be tired. I don't even be ready to eat afterwards.
I mean, it's indentured servitude to your man, right? That's what they want. And, and they're partnering that up with the behavior of Trump, right? Trump getting on TV in front of the whole world, talking to women journalists the way he does, like he did today, right? Oh, you're just, you're one of those tough ones. We always got a problem out of you, let me slap you around. I know you guys saw that KK Caroline look like she had an old shiner, so like this is the type of going back to the olden days when women used to get whooped, type of mentality, you're to be seen, not heard type shit.
Yeah. Which is wild. Chad, welcome in. I think you probably wanted to comment on this. Taylor, thank you for the $2 to say I am starting this goal off tonight. Drop some crowds in the chat for Taylor for the 2. I appreciate you. Oh, let me find out I'm a rapper. That was a bar. Chad, what are your thoughts?
Well, can you tell me just the topic, just the gist of what's being discussed?
You didn't know? You just requesting enough for just because?
Just give me a gist. I'll be able to jump in.
It's okay because I'm about to switch it over too. We're about to get into the meat of the conversation, so definitely feel free to jump into that for sure. Okay. One more thing before we switch over to that. I did want to talk about this tweet that Trump he's tweeting about everything. They blocked the ballroom budget, which he mad about, which they should, because what the fuck are you doing? Hey, Bill, hey, Niecy. They blocked that, which they should. But he said all of those countries that can't get jet fuel because of the Strait of Hormuz, like the United Kingdom, which refused to get involved in the decapitation of Iran. I have a suggestion for you. Number 1, buy from the U.S.
Oh my God!
Hey, and Taylor got that gift gallery. Drop some more crowns for Taylor. Taylor acting up today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Number 2, build up some delayed courage and go to the straight and just take it. You'll have to start learning how to fight for yourself. The USA won't be here to help you anymore, just like you weren't there for us. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done. Go get your oil, President DJT. There's a lot of contradictions in here, considering the fact that you say buy from the US, then you say we won't help y'all. Then you tell them to go just take it. And it's kind of like almost you trying to, do you feel like I'm trying to trick you to get involved? Like, what are y'all thoughts on that? And maybe I misheard. So anybody that want to speak on that, you can. But I feel like it's a trick. It's kind of like a kid. Go ahead, Chad, since you just jumped in the building.
It's just the shock doctrine. It's just pretty much it's a contradiction, but you know, Trump is just exposing the imperialist nature of the United States. He's just more open and honest about it compared to other presidents, but he's just continuing a long tradition of using the U.S. military to forcefully coerce countries into extracting their natural resources.
Mm-hmm. And he said, we literally have yes, we do, governing us. We really do, Nisi. Honest is not the word. It's been speaking about Trump, okay?
We have some news right now. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is being ridiculed for this remark. Imagine if instead of spending billions on weapons, Iran spent that money on its people. They'd have a much different country. Observers note that, hey, let's just swap out the word Iran with the words United States. And, well, the United States may be a very different country if the United States military spent less on its war, the $200 billion that it wants for Iran, and also just generally the military-industrial complex here in the United States of America. Many say that the United States would be a much different country, from healthcare to lower student debt to a whole host of other.
The audacity for him to say, imagine if they didn't spend billions on weapons like we do and spent it on their people like they do not, we would have a much different country. Okay, Petro? Petro said, Chad, come on, just come on back down to the comments, baby. You want to wait till you got something you want to add to it?
Oh, I don't know why he said that. Like, what? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my God. But imagine if they didn't spend as much money as they did on their weapons and on their people. And it's like, at this point, Caress, thank you for the $10 for let's take that gold down. Drop some crowns in the chat for Caress, y'all. Let's get moving on down. Yes, y'all. We did not hit our goal yesterday, but it's okay. I feel like we can hit it today. We can definitely hit it today. So y'all drop some more crowns in the chat, okay? Drop some more crowns in the chat. We got 750 people in here. Share with a friend. Repost it to your story. Share, repost it to your story, repost it, period. Keep tapping the screen, you guys. Let's go ahead and get up to 100K. And if you definitely show the panel some love, especially if you like what they're saying. We got 15 more hard hands and the gift gallery still open. So more than one way to support. So I just appreciate it. Oh yes, we have 210 left in the goal. I'm Jessica Cymone, Cash App, Venmo, pay links in the bio. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Van, what are your thoughts?
What's up? So I just came in. Oh, Trump, we're back in Trump's America again? Oh, shit.
Well, every day we're going to talk about something about today's in Trump's America, but then we're going to switch over to the Nike thing.
Yeah, well, you know, Trump's America sucks. We hate it here. I hate living in the upside down red, white, blue make-believe land. I'm ready to get out of this shit and build something new because this ain't working. But I will say I just got in today and from another day petitioning, and it was a really good day. I did 165 signatures by myself, and I'm really pleased with that number today. Yeah, you know, I kind of have something I would like to say though about my experience thus far.
Your experience in what?
In petitioning and how that's been going with getting the signatures, and in a difference. And I don't know if you're gonna.
How long is it gonna be? Because I want to stay on the topic too.
Oh, okay, yeah. I just want to say that like there is definitely a difference in the way that races act, like between black and white people, how they act in terms of supporting people. So it was just an interesting observation. That was it.
Okay, no worries. But you're definitely welcome to talk about this next topic, because let's be real, even with all the shit that Trump is talking about today, Kristi Noem and her cross-dressing husband, what the internet is really talking about lately has been this image, and I feel like it got a lot of people in uprage, including myself, because you like, what the fuck, and it makes you wonder, are black bodies still being branded in 2026? So before I even get to asking the questions that I do have about, if anybody wants to say their thoughts, what were your thoughts right off the rip when you seen it?
It's not surprising. Nike is a gazillion-dollar company, and a lot of their products are made off the backs of very exploited labor within global South and African countries. This is not surprising. This is what they think about the black athletes who promote their brand. It's pretty on brand for Nike. Fuck Nike.
Anybody else? What were your thoughts off the rip, Michelle? Because I know you said it pissed you off.
Yeah, when I saw that, extraordinarily triggering. And listen, I hope people understand. Number one, it was posted by the creative director and then it was deleted. But of course, the internet is forever.
Mhm.
I also want people to know that that went through several levels of approval. That was not some random, hey, by the way, what do you guys think about this draft type of thing? That had to go through several levels. That wasn't an intern that posted that. It was the creative director for Nike. The very first thing I thought of, to me, well, there's two things. If people don't know, there is a history in this country of Black people being branded. And it looks just like that. Branding looks like that. You still have D9 fraternities. I don't know if it's so much of a practice now. I crossed back in 93, and we were getting branded back then. I don't know how much of a practice that it is now. But yeah, Black people were not considered human beings in this country. And so they were branded like cattle. So that is what the uproar is for people who aren't educated and don't know like what the significance of this is. It looks like branding, but to me, Jess, it also looks like that famous picture of the slave with the lashes, the scars and the lashes on their back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I had it pulled up on my other computer. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up
Yeah,
again.
that's what it reminded me of initially, was the lashes on the back. And then again, the branding that's exactly what I've seen it. I've been to branding ceremonies with the D9, and that's exactly what branding looks like. It's horrible.
What were your thoughts, Curris or Smitty, whichever one?
I agree with what Nichelle said. We know for a fact that this wasn't something that was just accidentally put up, right? If you go through the creative director's IG, she has plenty of work that she's done for Nike on there. Many people saw this and thought, let's see what happens, right? And they took it down immediately because the backlash was so instantaneous, I'm sure. Right? I didn't even get a chance to see it up. I just so happened got sent it. And it's disturbing that in today's age that this could even be a thought for anyone to utilize, given the historic meaning behind it all. But I agree. I think that there are that they have been branding us, and that's on purpose, right? If you look at ad campaigns for things like Louis Vuitton or Balenciaga, right, you can see the way that they dress the models that are Black and brown versus how they dress the white models, right? They make sure they don't have those brand names showing on the white models, but on the Black models, it's monograms all over the place. You know what I'm saying? And it's such, it's our time to look at these things and face them and say, like, are we being branded? The most of the money that they used to get these companies come from hand down slave money, right? No reparations, given out. So
Yeah.
I think that we got to take a hard look at like what we're doing here and what we're allowing these companies to do, to slap in the face. It's just like the Sydney Sweeney ad, right?
Yeah.
That we saw. So it's disturbing.
Also too, hey Mark, Mark's welcome in. Smitty, I don't know if you've seen it earlier. Did you have any thoughts about it, like when you saw it?
I think, yeah, my thoughts are the same as what Caress said and what Nichelle said. I mean, not much more to add, because I don't, it. Sometimes I think we get very caught up in talking about one specific person, right? We talk about Donald Trump or J.D. Vance or whoever it may be. But the reality is that there are so many complicit people, right? Somebody that saw this and was like, oh, okay, that's not bad, right? The next person saw it. Again, how many levels of approval does this go through?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I mean, and again, it's not that we are surprised. It's just that it hurts because it reminds us of how our ancestors, and even honestly up until the present day, how we're treated. Right? It's triggering. Right? It's very triggering. So it's terrible. It's terrible.
So when I was looking it up, right, and I saw this, somebody posted talking about it. So, and then this first one, I'm just now seeing that one. But when I initially saw it, it said, okay, since y'all won't do the work, it said, I have some time to kill. This is not from Nike. Some random creative director did this using the Nike's logo and posted it to their account. It has since, to my knowledge, been removed. What I can confirm that Nike did was make a record-breaking donation with money they got from me to Republicans. That's why they will never get a dime out of me, not because some random ignorant idiot did a disgusting thing. But then and on here too, it says, oh no, this is about the money that they gave to them. But then somebody says completely false. It's a 2003 art piece called Brand Loyalty, created by a Black artist named Hank Willis Thomas. So I'm not quite sure if it was I don't know if it was, say, a Black person who created it. Do you think it'd change the intention of what it says or what he's trying to represent? Or is he trying to say that we are still being branded to this day, but in different ways?
No. And Taylor, I appreciate it, Taylor, that you're bringing that to my attention. She said that Doechii did it at the Met Gala. I did not see that. I will have to go pull that picture up and look at it. Listen, if it was a Black person, I would think that they would know better. There, like I said, the very first image that came to my mind was that famous picture that you pulled up of the slave and his back. The second thought that came to my mind is branding. That is historically been the thing in this country. Those look like, when you brand skin like that, it keloids and scars like that. Like I said, I've been to those ceremonies with the D9. And listen, I understand that there are practices that may do it, but for that to be a global brand, for that to be on a Black body, why didn't you put it on an Asian body? Why didn't you put it on a white body? You should have known and thought that through of what the backlash would have been for that. So no, if it was a Black person that created it, I got questions.
And even if it was a Black person who created it, for that white woman, that creative director, to use that in her carousel on her, given the fact that she's obviously done work with some big names. Like if you look at her profile, they've been in People, right? That's not no bullshit company that she is, right? So why would you, as a company, even repost that? It just doesn't seem. It seems very deceivious, I don't like it. It gives me the ick.
Did anybody get see it on her post? But
I have a screenshot of her post.
Yeah.
Of the person who screenshotted it.
Because I was trying to look at which creative director it was, because I couldn't figure
her name. Hold on.
Yeah, because I couldn't figure that out either. Also too, do you guys feel in any way that when we look at that and we talk about the branding, there's been a lot of parallels when we're looking at men in sports, say football say football. Hey Glitzy, how you been? We're talking about football and you look at how they're training them, they're measuring them just in the same ways they used to do back in slavery. Do you feel like some of our Black athletes or entertainers or influencers are owned in a different way than when they used to own us. Like, are we still? Because they said leave the body, take the mind. Do you feel like we are being owned in a different way?
May I respond or someone
Yeah,
else?
go ahead, my son.
Yeah, looking at that picture, like it reminds me of my U.S. history classes, like all the slashes and the whips and the I don't know what to call that sort of skin, but it just looks like the old pictures of African Americans, fundamental Americans that were getting slashes, and that type of branding it brings back a weird stigma that how can that be allowed, knowing that a couple of family members ago, actual people who were living with marks like that, and like your other question, branding African Americans and athletes and other brands, they can't speak their mind, or if they want to speak about an injustice, they lose their brand, like Kyrie Irving.
And what's his name that kneeled down?
I know with the afro. I know what you're talking about.
Kaepernick.
Yep. And so they lose their place in the team if they go outside the box and they think outside the box and they show compassion and humanity and sympathy for any situation, especially how America and what they endured in America. And so you have that question you brought up about branding and how it influences. That is an eye opener for me.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody else want to add to it? Go ahead,
Just real
Michelle.
quick, as a mom who literally raised a son in sports, and basketball, he went on to play at a D1 college, got a full scholarship, went on to become a coach at a D1, a basketball coach at a D1, played professional ball. Okay, I understand. Listen, a short answer, yes. Yes, I think that's also what hit me is, when we talk about branding, the stamping of that on a Black body, knowing the percentage of the NFL, the percentage of the NBA, both for male and female, we play, but we don't own. I don't know. It didn't sit right with me, but I think so that there's a conversation about that, about Nike sponsoring these athletes. And they don't just do it at the professional level; they do it at the college level as well, or schools rather.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it on their uniforms and stuff like that. Who they're aligned with, right? I think that says a lot too. There could definitely be a discussion around that for sure.
For her, for her to this white tea lady, this creative director to be reposting it. Oh, I don't know what the hell you was thinking. Of course, she was gonna get backlash because really, bitch, how dare you? Now I'm not sure who did it, and I don't know why they did it, but I'm just thinking. Is it what's his name? Hank something? I just Hank Willis Thomas is a conceptual artist, and then Josh Charger and a monument. So I'm not sure what side he's on. Just say if he was doing it to make a statement to say like our Black men are still being owned, and this is what it looked like. It's pretty much the same thing. Would that be art, or would you think that's still triggering a lot of trauma?
I just want to jump in real quick here and say that there's nothing about this that's artistic.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm looking at it, this is not tastefully done. There's no art behind it. It's literally Nike branding lashed into Black skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's atrocious and it's disgusting. Like, I look at this and all I can think is like, what the serious fuck? Like, it's disgusting. There's nothing artistic about it in no type of way.
Oh, that privilege and no critical thinking, girl. That's what I was thinking. No, I mean, I'm with you on that. And I was thinking, like, damn. First of all, how dare you? Because it's going to be all of our ancestors who were not only the one with the lashes, the one when they put their initials on you to let you know that you've been owned by this family, where to return you back to, things like that. Like, why would you think that this is okay? It was disturbing. It was sick. It made me sick to my stomach.
It's absurd, especially how they pressed Kyrie Irving because he had a Nike deal, and the J groups. He posted an article or documentary that he never directed or co-directed, and didn't write any sentence in it. Just posted it like anybody else could have, and retweeted it. And then they pressured him about does that not sign Semitic, something like that, right? Isn't that anti-Semitic? But this has to be anti-fundamental Black Americans. And if they're putting it out in our face, especially that same brand that pressed Kyrie Irving and took away $1 billion contract from him. Right? And yeah, if we can't, just like you said, the thing that you just mentioned, the family owning you on the shoulder, they put the horse thing or the cow stamps. I forgot what that's called, but the little hot iron that they stamp on people. I've seen that pictures before.
Exactly. And that's someone that, because when I went to look up, just about the branding, that's the like famous one for sure. And do y'all feel like because we cannot say anything, is corporate like sponsorship a modern version of control or empowerment? No, it's not empowerment, but of control.
Yeah, it's like social engineering. Oh, look, they're cool with this. I think we could do a little bit more next time. Each time they go a little bit further. Like recently, Department of Education posting all white student class and saying we gotta make education great again. Yet they're giving private money to these rich Caucasian folks. No offense to white people, but white people can go to private schools with taxpayer money, but taxpayer money is not being allocated to the
with that Nike money.
Exactly.
Because Nike also too, whether they approved it or not, like you said, there's a lot of channels before you can post something with their brand on it that you have to go through and hoop. Somebody approved it. They still supported this goddamn administration anyway.
I think one of the things that really enrages me about this is the fact that the White House is also like posting white supremacist fucking bullshit art. And to see this from corporations and to see what the White House is doing and what this regime is doing, it's just all disgusting and distasteful on so many levels. Like all of it. I hate it. Everything.
Yeah, the timing is everything to me too.
Like why today? If this was something that came out in 2023 or 2003, whatever year they said 2003, why now? Why today? Why is this the first time we've really seen it? I don't know what, y'all. I gotta drink some more water
because I feel like
hold on really quick. For y'all drop some crowns in the chat for soul for the sacred rage for our motherfucking ancestors. Period. What chant do we need to collectively do to wake them all up? I feel like it's something that they dormant, and I feel like they woke up a little bit when we all the 92% came out, and we all knew that we were all on the same page, and it did something to us spiritually. What do we need to do to collectively come together and wake our ancestors up? So drop some motherfucking crowns for soul for the fo. Thank you, beautiful. Yes, and this is for the rage for our ancestors. Cause how the fuck dare you? How dare you? Nichelle, I see you was about to say something. You go ahead.
Oh no, I answered in the chat. Someone was asking what the D9 was. And so again, for the chat, branding is very common. Someone in the chat just said that a Kappa, her grandfather was a Kappa and was branded. I've been to branding ceremonies. They do it for women too. Qs are notorious
for that
branding.
Big O.
Yeah, for their branding on the chest and on the arm. Exactly, Jess. So, I mean, listen, I think it's in poor taste. I really do.
Are you branded?
Hell no.
Aren't you an AK or something?
No, Sigma Gamma Rho, Sorority Incorporated.
Okay,
no.
my bad.
Listen, no. They tried to talk me into it, and I was like, listen, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley, bitch. So
it's not mandatory.
No. It's not mandatory. People can choose to do it, but like I said, Qs are literally notorious.
Thank you so
for that. And I don't know. As a Black person, I'm still I still am not okay with what I'm seeing here.
Mm-hmm. Is it why do they brand them? Knowing our history.
Yeah, that's a great question. And so that's the dichotomy, right? That's the weird thing about this. And you got me thinking, and Taylor did too, about like, okay, do we have that same smoke for Doechii? And I'm still going to pull up that picture because I want to see what she did at the Met Gala, because she's an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the D9 brand, right? It's a way to, not all chapters do it, but it's a way to, not giving away like
Right.
any secrets or anything, but it's a way to identify with your chapter and with your fraternity or sorority. And some people feel very strongly about that.
Mm-hmm.
Certain chapters do it. It's definitely not mandatory, for sure. You're not pressured to do it at all. And not all, even if you wanted to do it, not all chapters do it. So it's real interesting, again, knowing our history, and especially with it being D9, right? There's history to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's complicated. But this right here is in poor taste. Okay. Oh, okay. That's what she did on her face.
Mm-hmm. This is her whole outfit at the Met Gala. It was a Louis Vuitton outfit, and then on the face there was a branded LV.
Okay, for me personally, I'll just go first with this. Me personally, that is not striking me the same way as the Nike branding was. This is on her face, it's on her cheek. It's very, to me, cutesy, almost like the little stickers that you can kind of put on your face. You know, when women, we take the little, we add freckles, we do those things. Something about the image of, and it wasn't one Nike swoop on the back, it was multiple. And just for me, when I look at Doechii's face, I'm not going, oh my God, you
Mm-hmm.
branded your face and don't you know our history? But something about that being on a Black man's back with his head almost kind of tilted down and bowed like that across the back. I'm just being honest. It gave up the image of the famous one that you pulled up with the scarring on the back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if it's the placement of the way Nike did it and the multiple like swoops. Like, would it have been just as effective with one swoop? I don't know, but multiple swoops like that looks like lashes to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the same. It's not the same for me.
And also, too, could it be her choice opposed to Nike telling them what to do, or even though
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, this may be. I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this analogy, but it's almost like the 6-letter N word was the dude with all of the Nike swooshes, and this is like the 5-letter N word. You know what I'm saying? This is like taking back that power and putting that and putting a face to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's different when you see the face to me, as opposed to it being anybody, because it evokes a feeling that could be all of us.
Mm-hmm.
With the swooshes. It could be any Black person.
Mm-hmm.
But this comes across as, again, more of a statement, more of a personal statement, right, that she is doing and kind of, taking control of and utilizing, right, that imagery for herself, as opposed to it just being random Black person on his back. And I think the placement on the back is very triggering.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you did get,
yeah,
hit in that part of the body. So
yeah,
I get the mic.
Yeah, go ahead, Monso. And then I'm gonna bring in my twin.
I bet. About the second imprint picture you posted right now, I still feel the same way. Like there comes like political subversion, and then there's like independent subversion, right? If you know yourself, you wouldn't brand yourself with something that has more money than you, that you're not a part of, that you're just a brand deal for them, you're ambassador for them, you speak on their behalf, but it's not yours. If you don't own it, don't embroil yourself with it. The same as the Nike flashes. Another thing, the brother said, 6-letter and 5-letter. I still see it as malice intent in giving someone that's Black who endured something horrible. And recently they said that transatlantic trade was not a horrible thing, but Holocaust is held above what happened to Black people in America, and that's social, political subversion, and then like independent individual subversion. You got to know who you are to not get embroidered on, because they haven't acknowledged the that you have endured in your family 4 generations ago, yet 2 generations ago in the 40s and 50s, 60s. The Holocaust is held on a higher pedestal.
Yeah, when it's us, they don't want a hierarchy, but when it becomes to them, it's like, oh, this was the biggest one. I definitely get that. Can y'all drop some more crowds in the chat? Thank you so much, Soul, for showing love to the panel. Thank you, Trey. Yes, get your daily harmony, share the lives, repost it, share to your story, share with a friend. We have about 13 more heart hands. We got a gift gallery in there, and we have 166 left in tonight's goal. I'm Jessica Cymone. Cash App, Venmo, pay links in the bio, and it's also down at the bottom. Twin, where have you been? Thank you, Aya. Thank you.
Girl, what's going on up here?
No, we're talking about, I don't know if you saw this come out today. I know you've been working very, very, very hard. But allegedly, no, not allegedly, the creative director that works for Nike had posted this on her social media today. Of course, took it down immediately because the backlash was immediately. And so it just begs the question, are we still branding Black bodies? To me, in 2026, does it look different? Was this tasteful? Of course it wasn't tasteful. That's a rhetorical question. But like, what are your feelings about it?
Yeah, so I ain't buying no more Nike.
We definitely ain't doing that.
I think we've got to learn that like these brands, the way to get to them is just not to say anything. Like not to buy anything from them. Like it's good luck to y'all. You're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and you might not think my 2 pairs of Nike shorts don't count, but they will. Also, while I don't know where you disappeared to, want to give a shout out to Florida Evans and Methuselah.
Nigga. Who is Florida Evans?
Who do you think?
I didn't want to make any assumptions.
Who else would it be? I mean, damn.
Yo, low-key, Michelle, I can hear you saying, damn, damn, damn.
Wow, that's wild.
Oh my God.
Why you do me like that?
Yes, that was perfect. that was literally, that was pitch perfect.
I mean, I'm trying to do the Lord's work on behalf of Michelle, trying to get her cast in a movie, and she upset with me.
I'll cast you in my next movie.
and then I see my friend Vance is here.
Oh, hey, girl. How's it going?
Vance, tell them what you told us earlier. No,
what did I tell you?
Nothing. Don't say nothing.
What? I don't even remember what I said.
No, that's just me being messy. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and say.
No.
Let that baby talk.
So you guys do so.
Now I got cut off. I don't do straight up because I'm Black.
It's you know.
He voted for Talrico.
Taylor Messi too.
So he can't vote for Tal. He can't vote for Tal. Oh, y'all go on mute before I pull a switch and take hide off your behind.
Don't start Systematic Clark.
Systematic Clark is wild.
I would be the Ethel or Bertina or something. Not no Maddie.
If you Ethel, I'm Lucy.
Thank you.
Damn, Lucy was sick in a lot of
wait.
good.
You want Jasmine to work for Talrico, Vance?
So, he said that maybe he could give her a position as chief of staff and
Go.
That's what I said.
Go.
No, no, you see, y'all twisting it up. I was offering it as a suggestion because people were angry about this situation, and I only had stated that maybe he could offer her a position on his team. That way, she's still involved in the process. Like I wasn't like give her a job or like nah. Like I was just trying to like find some middle ground
Now,
for people.
Vance, you stay up here playing every
Oh
time.
my God!
You stay up here playing.
Oh God!
How's your race going, honey?
It's going well, actually. I'm really doing very well. I'm excited about it.
Child, what them
I'm
polls
ready.
saying, honey? What them
Well,
polls saying?
I don't know. The polls are kind of irrelevant, to be honest. I haven't been following them, but the one poll that I know is out. It's false based on what we're hearing in the streets and what I'm hearing in the streets and what people are talking about. So, and that don't matter. In the streets, yeah, girl, we in the streets. What's up?
Bitch, I know.
Bitch.
I know.
Bitch, stop it. We're in the streets.
That your ass know better than to talk about in the streets. So you talking to a crackhead that don't vote on the sidewalk.
Nah, your crackers on the sidewalk, girl. Where you think I'm at?
Hey, Alondra.
On the sidewalk. You think I'm out here?
Taylor, you can't start shit and then be like, James, please.
Let me tell you. Now, Vance, child.
Stop. Oh my God. Go for it.
First of all, let me tell you this. I love everybody that can keep up with a good kiki. But now, Vance, child, you out here on the sidewalk in front of Taco Bell talking to people about they
Nah, girl.
And that's your poll. The polls don't matter. But your sidewalk poll counts. Honey, your light pole counts.
No, no. That's not it. That's not what we're doing. I mean, I do talk to everybody, but no, that's not the only people. I don't only speak to crackers on the corner. I swear, I promise you. I'm mostly going to the houses. I'm going door to door, girl.
He said he's been going door to door. He's been getting a lot of petition, and he said you got like 3,000 signatures.
No, I don't have 3,000 signatures. I said that was the goal number. The goal is 3,000.
Got you.
Well, or was. It's kind of switched now because we're only 2 days left. But yeah.
This y'all letting Vance tell y'all don't trust the polls, but trust his light pole. Nah, Vance Beach.
Well, then you can't say trust the polls. You know what?
I didn't say that. I didn't say don't trust the polls. I said I don't trust the polls. I don't care what that particular poll says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on real quick, man. Who is it that just sent the 20? First of all, thank you for the $20 dono. But I just don't want to say your government name. So if you could let me know in the chat who you are, so I can shout you out. But thank you so much. Y'all drop some crowns in the chat, y'all. Thank you. Cali. Big three, thank you. Drop some crowns in the chat for Big Three. I appreciate it. You know, I believe in privacy, so I ain't gonna never shout y'all name out if I don't know the username. It's a username that I have not seen. So I thank you so much. Y'all drop some crowns. Thank you for the 20 on the green. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh.
I have an announcement to make.
Go ahead.
Here's my announcement. All right. Jessica has $146 left in her goal, and you hoes stay not trying to donate. Listen, sit with folds and doesn't jingle, but we take with jingles too.
We sure do. 2 + 2 is always 4.
Baby, and 50 and 50 is $1. That's almost halfway to washing a load of clothes. So listen, if you love my good sister, Jessica Cymone, please go ahead and pay for her to help Vance with his polls. Stripper polls, light polls, honey, fence polls, honey, everything. Pole after pole after pole, baby.
Thank you so much, Twin. I appreciate you as always, Key. And
Smitty needs Rogaine. So if you donate to Jessica,
Rogaine. What's Rogaine? Ain't that the her thing?
Wait, not Rogaine. What's the hair dye? Just for men. Never mind.
I've been just sitting here quietly.
You thought you were gonna get no smoke, nigga?
I was over here minding my business.
That's the 5-letter word, just in case y'all didn't know.
I haven't done an impression of you in 6 hours. I've been real quiet lately.
You over here playing. Half me. I almost cracked a joke, Smitty. And I ain't gonna crack no joke on you, but don't have me to have you looking for orange juice.
Oh, I must have missed that one.
I'm going back on mute.
So, I do have a quick question, you guys. Damn, and I lost it. Do you think that we will ever separate? Will this ever forever be ingrained in our heads? Like when we see branding, it will always be equated to slavery. And if this was on somebody white or Asian or Mexican, will we still think the same thing? Oh, and Oya, I'll start with you because you just got in here. And then I go to Michelle because I saw you, Michelle. Okay, Oya's not available. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yes, as long as there's Black people in America, as long as we pass down the tradition of oral history. I mean, and it's well documented. You could see some of the younger generation that may not understand the significance of it. That could be part of it, right? Why some of these creative directors think that this is just art and this is just marketing and don't understand the impact. But to me, with brand representation, especially for a global brand like Nike, you have to do your due diligence when you're putting anything on Black or brown bodies. Period. End of story. I think that it's 2026. Like it's a quick Google search. They could have done a image search. They could have run that through ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok. Literally, hey, by the way, if I push this out, how could this have been interpreted, right? And lastly, I don't want to ever forget.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to get to a point where it's not triggering. Now, I'm not saying that it shouldn't. Maybe it won't have the same sting or the same painful hurt. But I don't ever want us to forget that.
Yeah. Anybody want else want to add? Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I don't. The fact that we have not ever seen this. Could you imagine if somebody would have done this with the Holocaust? Right? Like, can you imagine the backlash Nike would have received? Right? And that's just it. It's the fact that they can utilize our suffrage as a way to just market. Like brush up. Like it's just marketing. It's just art. Like no, it's not. It's hurtful. It stings. And I hope we agree with Michelle. Like I hope we don't ever get to a point to where we're just like, oh, that's just Nike doing Nike shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that should never come to the forefront. And I would hope that, it will wake us up, as we start to like embrace who we are and embrace ourselves and love ourselves without feeling like these brands hold value over us, and control our money and control our dollar. And we just break away from them and say, you know what, we don't want to support them. Like if we look at Nike, it was literally built on the backs of Black people, literally.
Yeah.
Right. We Black Americans make Nike what it is. We make all these brands what they are. Like Doechii did what she did because she knows that she's a walking billboard and she's gonna sell Louis Vuitton, right?
Yeah.
And so we've done this not just here in the US, we've done this globally. And I hope that at some point we can just break away from that and say, hey, these aren't the things that we find valuable anymore. Your brand names and who you own, especially if they're not owned by Black people.
And they don't invest that money back into the Black community in any type of way.
Correct. And we see them using
buying FUBU. Correct. You gonna start buying FUBU?
Take me back, baby. Take me back.
You know.
He fucked the game up with that one.
Let me get online and get me some FUBU.
But that's the problem. Every time we do get someone who is Black who creates something so amazing, right? They find ways to tear them down. They steal, they copy. You know, we've seen it over and over again. Just here on TikTok, Jess, I know you've seen the controversy between brands, you know, stealing from Black creators, right? There was a Black purse maker that was making those purses, and Louis Vuitton stole their idea, right? And literally got away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they never give us the opportunity to kick in the door, yet they use and steal and appropriate our ideas. And, you know, it's, you know, I don't know how we get away from that by not just saying, fuck it, we're not buying any of this shit, you know, but yeah, that's where I stand.
And I think also to start with like not making people feel bad if they don't have on the luxury brand, because then that makes you know, the rest of us, or you know, want to go get it. Like, oh, you know how Black people roast your ass. Look at you with them all, you know, New Balances on. You ain't even got no Jordans, and then it makes you want to go buy. So you know, even on the way that we treat each other has to stop. Because I also saw a Black girl that made hair clips, and this magnet hair clips in some type of way, and this white girl stole it. And they're in a lawsuit here on TikTok.
The brush that was with the curly cues. I can't remember the Black girl's name, but they stole her brush idea from, what was it, Revlon? I think it was Revlon that stole her brush idea. So it's so many times that it happens. And you know, I will say that I don't think our kids are like that much anymore, because we live in this time where it's like fast fashion. You know what I'm saying? So the younger kids, like my daughter, like she didn't, you know what I'm saying? She don't give a damn where shit come from. If it's cute, she wants to rock it. It doesn't have to have a brand on it. And I don't hear them high siding on each other about what they rocking, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And also too, they even buy, I got you, Oya, or they buy us out. Jermaine Dupri had it, you know, Def Jam, but then end up selling to, you know, a Sony or somebody. They had Rockefeller, but they end up selling to Columbia. I don't know who they sold to, but they end up selling their stuff off too.
The Shell brand, remember the shampoo and conditioner and hair care product brand sold off to Revlon.
So yeah, we got to keep our shit, because then we don't know they sell it off. I mean, you probably can't say anything because they know the audience that comes with it. I'm buying the audience that comes with it. I'm not just buying your brand. And if they know you don't own it anymore and we're supporting black owners, then we're not going to be able, then they were like, oh, well, I ain't going to get it. So I don't need you to do this. Probably somewhere in the NDA too, like don't make a post about it or something. I'm not sure because I ain't got my billions just yet. Give me a couple of years. You know what I mean? I'm still working on the millions, but go ahead, Oya. Yeah, don't Stanley Cups. Toe people ass up, baby.
I was just gonna say to Caressa's point, yeah, it's kind of how like we raise our kids to, like, my daughter thinks that anything is Black owned, and I intend on keeping it that way.
Say it again, you kind of went out, my bad.
Because I want her to see the value in, oh yeah, I'm on post. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I got you.
We gotta raise our kids to think like buying Black and Black owned is the way to go. Like, my daughter thinks that anything that is Black owned or made by a Black person is designer. I specifically try to buy her Black owned from Black. I specifically try to buy her things from Black owned companies. Like, just to like name a few, freaking Izzy and Liv, they have those boxes that you get monthly, and it has like all types of Black owned stuff in there. I think it's called Brown Sugar Babes. They have one for kids too, and I like make sure my daughter gets one. Just like understanding, making our children understand that if it's Black owned, it's just as good as Nike, as Louis Vuitton. Like, look what we did with Teflon. Is that the name of it? Teflon. Y'all know what the bag's
that purse about. Is it? What is it called?
Look at what we did with Teflon. Like, we could do the same.
And instilling it in your kids, and not even just telling them, leading by example, because kids watch. They looking. They seeing like, oh, when you like, oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. Even though you're trying to tell me something else. So also be the change you want to see.
Yeah, that I want to take my daughter to a black-owned beauty supply store.
And
She wants to go to this place called Supreme, and I'm like, absolutely not. We're not going there.
And it's crazy. I'm living in a rural area.
exactly.
And the only black beauty supply store we have around here happens to, other than like a Sally's up the street, but it's black owned, which I think is beautiful. So I'll be talking the owner be in there braiding hair, and it's real small right now. So anytime I need something, I try to go to her first. If she doesn't have it, maybe I'll drive, and I gotta drive a little further out. But I try to go to her first. And I love the fact that I went in there and her husband was working there. He's like, yeah, my wife owns the store. It's a black owned business that you support. And I said, oh yeah, this my spot then. This my spot.
And it's not hard to find black owned stuff, right? Like they got a black owned like cannery business that makes like, the green beans in the can and stuff like that. It's really not hard to find these things. They got a black owned business that sells paint and like wallpaper. It's really easy to find these things, but you gotta like search for them. Currently, I have pens and stationery by this company that is black owned by a black woman, and like I pretty much try to buy everything black owned when I can, but I'm also overseas, so it does take a lot of money to like ship it here. But these places are like in the United States. So it's like we gotta start investing in our own people.
I agree.
And understand that if it's by our people and it's a price, is at that set price, because you wouldn't haggle with Louis Vuitton, Nike, or any of them people about their price. You would just buy it.
But as soon as black folks want to ask something like, damn, why is it so much? And understanding that when you're a small business, and you can't buy in bulk, the way a Walmart can, your wholesale price is not going to be as low. But we have to help get them off the ground too, you guys. And y'all draw some crowns for Chelsea for the 5. She said, it looks like CD. Who is CD? CD stole inspiration from Hank Willis Thomas. And Chelsea, if you could come up, definitely please do so, because I would love you to explain it to me.
CD, the creative director. Jeff.
Oh, okay. Girl, because we talking about old school football, and I thought you talking about like a CD player. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Girl, no, you did not. Jeff.
Well, let me say something real quick. I think it's important to know that there are a lot of companies, a lot of brands that do want black customers, but they don't want to be a brand that is known as a brand that black people buy. And I think that there's been a long history and legacy of that in this country. Like if you look at, since we were talking about professional sports, if you look at when Jackie Robinson was in the minor leagues and he was about to be brought up by the Dodgers, there was a couple of owners that were not necessarily worried about his talent and his ability on the field. What they were worried about was that his talent and ability would bring in black customers, and they didn't want those black customers sitting next to white customers. So that was a fear, right, of these owners, that white customers would stop coming to baseball games because there would be black customers. And so there are so many brands, again, that we purchase that really don't want our business, Jess. Right, or don't want to be known, right? That don't want to be known as a brand that we buy. Who was it Tommy Hilfiger that was like,
yep,
I don't want my, right? And so
I thought that was debunked though.
Well, was it?
I never heard that.
That's true.
Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren don't want black people to buy their shit and wear it.
Well,
same with Coca-Cola.
Ralph Lauren no, you're good. Ralph Lauren has recently collabed with that kind of that HBCU Martha's Vineyard collection. And that creative director was black. But to Smitty's point, you really hit the nail on the head with that one. Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton and those, it's not by chance that Pharrell is now the creative director for Louis Vuitton because so many Black people were rocking that brand, like rappers and artists and hip hop and all that stuff. When they started getting into luxury brands, those luxury brands tried to pull back. And I'm not talking about the ones that we know, like, some of the more famous ones, but even smaller ones. I remember Coach kind of, in the way that they did their marketing and stuff like that. Smitty is 1000% right on that. Like they want Black dollars, but they want it quietly,
which is
and
crazy.
they started having a real problem when rappers and artists, Black artists, started repping their stuff, and it was like, oh shit. And it's not just luxury brands. It's like anything luxury. When Kimora Lee was doing her whole, she's got very limited edition Louis Vuitton stuff. Like she used to talk about the fact that they had a problem with that. She's got like the gold toilets and the gold. Louis Vuitton makes more than purses, y'all. They do flatware and silver, like dishes and stuff like that, and vases and stuff. Oh yeah, they got a problem with us. They got a problem with us tapping into that market. 1000%.
I got you, man. Really quick. It goes against the white supremacy. Like I said, I've been reading White Fear, and Smitty said they fear that people will know that they're a brand that Black people wear, because the propaganda says that Black people are, dirty, they're this, they're more, they're this, that, and the other, and it doesn't match, quote unquote, the elite, because they don't feel like we are as elite as we really know the fuck we are. So to uphold this illusion that we're, exclusive, we're this, we're the one that have the money, we're that, we rather you not spend your dollars here. I mean, we want you to spend your dollars here, but don't tell nobody you spent them. But go ahead, Vance.
Yeah, I'm just staring at the image and I kind of like wonder, like, if this would have been released during Black History Month, would it have been perceived differently? Because when I think about it, it doesn't invoke any like sympathetic emotions. It's distasteful and it's disgusting. And it doesn't make me feel like anything like, I don't know. So I just wonder if it was in February, would it be perceived different because our emotions are kind of different about the injustices to Black people during, slavery, and especially when it comes to branding. So that's kind of like something I'm thinking about as I'm looking at this, because it's not artfully done at all. It's a bad time. It just doesn't inspire anything. It makes me feel rage and disgusted. So I don't know. That's just some thoughts I have.
Thank you. Chelsea, you said, I got you, Nichelle. Chelsea, you said that they stole that the inspiration.
Yeah, I'll be quick and then you can drop me. I come from marketing and wanted to see where this campaign all landed, and someone said that she had deleted it. The internet's forever. Reverse image searched, found some things. It led me down the pathway. Long story short, discovered that there's a 2003 collection by Hank Willis Thomas called Branded. And people then have created content today saying this isn't a Nike campaign, this is his art. But then I go to the collection, I don't see this specific art. And I know it can't, there's something missing here. There's still missing puzzle pieces. Sophie being a creative director, something's missing. Dig even more. This specific creative director is known for AI campaigns. Working with many different brands, to which she's worked with Nike, I believe 4 or 5 times already before. And so it's leading down the pathway, cannot confirm or deny that she probably did steal the inspiration from Hank Willis Thomas, especially with other people talking about that already and with them deleting it. Nike probably hired her as a third party firm, agency to do a campaign, didn't think anything of it. And again, because she's AI focused, it looks like, because it lines up when you look at the collection, very, very, very similar, and knowing what kind of campaign she runs, that's what it's looking like. Like he has an exact campaign that is Nike. Like the whole branded collection is Nike. So there's if you Google it, you'll find it. 2003 branded Hank Willis Thomas. You can also find videos with him speaking to the collection and what it's about.
Did you see this specific piece in the collection? Because I couldn't find it in the
No.
collection.
Mm-mm.
That's
No,
what I
that's
said.
why. Yeah, when I saw people saying, "Oh, this is Hank Willis Thomas," I'm like, "Great! Like, let's go down that pathway." Maybe she was sharing something. Sophie, the creative director, it's not in there. So then I dug even more and found out what type of campaign she does, advertising, which is AI focused. So probably co-op steals inspiration from other artists, and it looks like almost like this exact collection. He has one of the art pieces, this style is on the chest, and she created a campaign on the back. So yep.
And then oh shit, no. Just sorry y'all, because I got cigarettes on here, so I don't want TikTok to say anything about that. Go ahead, Michelle. Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate that.
Okay, you can drop me. Thank you. You're welcome. No problem.
Go ahead, Michelle. There's another one. I know I said go ahead, Michelle, and then I started talking. I'm so sorry. But go ahead, and then I'll talk about this in a minute.
Go ahead. I don't want you to lose your thought. Go ahead.
So I have this on, and this seems to could have possibly been in his collection. And let me, just so they won't think that I'm trying to show, because it got his little pubic hairs down on there. He said Hank Willis has explored the language of branding and advertising in his photographs throughout much of his career. I started to think about the logos of our generation's hieroglyphs, said Thomas in a 2015 interview. They can be embedded with so much meaning, and I really wanted to play off of that. Using commercial campaign strategy, Thomas reveals how branding has shaped contemporary and historical Black identity and American culture, exposing the parallels between systems of possessing Black bodies as commodities and examining how companies elicit desire while maintaining culturally embedded racism. And I think this is also one about the basketball holding on to their heels, which I get, like, sports are fun and stuff, but I also too think that, our children are more than just sports, especially football, where they get hurt. They don't take care of them afterwards. We don't own any of the teams, and they make so much money off of it. And like we can do STEM, coding, scientists and whatnot, but that's neither here nor there. And he said, I was in graduate school and I was reading a book called Michael Jordan and the New Global Capitalism. It talked about how Nike went from being a $10 million company when he signed to being a $10 billion company 20 years later. I was thinking about Black bodies. Bodies like his would have been traded on a market at a different period in time. Now, when these bodies are traded today, I was thinking about how much money is made from them. So we go from slaves being branded as a sign of ownership to Black bodies today being branded as a way to make money. And Thomas's branded head 2003 and scarred chest 2003, he marks Black bodies with a scar in the shape of a archetypal Nike swoosh, comparing the logos currently adorning Black athletes to the branding of Black bodies by slave owners. In Basketball and Chain 2003, a player leaps into the air in a moment of athletic determination only to be weighed down by the shackle and the chain of the NBA branded basketball. In Cotton Bowl 2011, a football player wearing Nike branded cleats assumes position at the line of scrimmage, coming face to face with a man picking cotton, crouched in an identical position. These provocative images challenges the use of branding and highlight the correlation between ownership of team members, brand endorsements, and the transatlantic slave. The entire idea of Blackness, according to Thomas, was created by a commercial industry that is therefore a branding strategy in and of itself. The crazy thing about Blackness, says Thomas, is that Black people didn't create it. Europeans with commercial interests in dehumanizing us created Black people. This is one of his images. And then he said slavery as an industry was developed and maintained by stripping away the identity and individuality of Black people to create a stereotype that would define them as commodities. What Thomas calls the Black identity is a fabrication that has evolved throughout American history, leaving the Black community to come to terms with their own individuality 400 years later, while continuing to face parallels of the systems that stripped them away of their humanization centuries ago. If branding had power to create slavery and continues to shape the identity of African Americans in modern culture today, with its powerful omnipresence in this time of heightened political and social awareness, branding certainly has the power to help Black Americans reconquer Black identity for the future. Don't sit back and be silent. The 60-second Nike video implores in its last few lines, don't think you can't be a part of the change. Let's all be a part of the change. And that's also too one of his things. And let me see, because I want to skim real fast up to the top. And this is the one that the guy at the scrimmage sitting in front of the guy picking cotton. So that was some of his photos, the reasoning behind it. What are your thoughts?
To me, that's art.
Mm-hmm.
It's provocative. It's provocative, and with his collection, he talks about the intention and the impact that he hopes that it has on the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Notice that he could have chosen to put the Nike swooshes on the back. He didn't.
Mm-hmm.
He did them smaller on the chest. Right. The basketball that hit hard for me as a son who's made his career out of basketball. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That chase those dreams. When you're going up for a jump shot, you don't want anything anchoring your foot, and yet the basketball has him chained, right? The starting lineup of the linebacker on the line and then mirroring the cotton picking in the field, that's art. This was not art what Nike did, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
There was no campaign or explanation that went with that. Marketing has campaigns, right? They're trying to sell an idea, sell an image, sell, a shoe, an item, whatever. There's a theme to it. They just posted this picture of a Black man with his head bowed, what looks like his head bowing, and these huge lashes, i.e. Nike swooshes on his back. It just hits different.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion.
I agree. What are your thoughts? My bad, y'all. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, I agree with what Nichelle said. I believe that what we saw with it, I went and looked while you were reading, and it's artwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's expressive. It's telling a story, of historically how we've turned from, those days to how they've intertwined with today. So it makes sense. What I see on this photo that this creative director put out is disrespect. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's disrespect. It's not branding. It's not marketing. It's disrespect towards our community.
Did you see the caption when she posted it?
I have the screenshot. I don't know if there was a caption on it. I'll have to go look.
Cause I want to be like, is she like, hey y'all, look, or this what's up, new Nike, bitch, or like, are you trying to make it art form as well? Like, what, how are you? That's why I asked, like, depending on who did it, like, how do you feel about it? Does it change the narrative, like who it's coming from and what the meaning is? And that when I saw it, of course I was pissed, and I got to thinking, like, do they still own us? Because, like you said, Nichelle, like with the hoop thing, he built his life on his career. And when he wants to go to higher levels, you may have the NBA telling you, no, you can't do this. You can't say that. I'm creating your identity. I'm telling you what you can and cannot do, or you lose all of this. And a lot of football players and basketball players, where the power they have is because since you in Little League, you're playing all your life and this is your dream. You don't really know anything else. So they have it in your hand because you're not even prepared usually to move to something different. You're not prepared to go a different direction. And then you're also limited in what you can say and do in your determination. Because when I see them reaching to go up for a dunk and to be held down, it's like, I'm trying to, maybe I want to own the team. Maybe I want to do another company. Maybe I want to say whatever the fuck I want to say, but you can't do that because I own you and I tell you how far you can and cannot go.
And that is the absolute truth. I don't know if people know this. So my son got a full scholarship, and he let's see, Alan's been playing basketball since he was 5 years old. Like we did the whole AAU every single summer. We traveled. Like we were about that life. Okay. When you get to your school, okay, each school is associated with a brand. It's either going to be Under Armour or it's going to be Nike. If you go to a Nike school, you cannot wear Adidas. To your point about dictating, you literally in the NCAA rules, you cannot wear Adidas like when you're out in public or with your school, like you with your like when you're wearing your school like gear. Okay. Auburn was an Under Armour school and he could not wear Nike. My son was just like every other kid wearing Jordans all the time, literally wearing his Air Force Ones, his white Air Force Ones. No, you could not mix the two. Now, I'm not saying that you could never wear like your Air Force Ones if you were out, you know, with your friends or something like that. But I'm saying when you are representing the school that you go to, and this is for D1 to D4, if the school is associated with Under Armour, you couldn't wear another brand. If it's associated with Nike, you can't wear anything other than Nike. They're very strict about that. You could lose your scholarship over that.
Control. I tell you what you do, and
And it's not just for professional athletes. A lot of people forget that they do this to kids in college too. And the thing is, so they have a rule. They can't like like AAU like is big like for the middle school kids and the high school kids, or AU. I'm sorry. They don't do it. They don't do it there. But once you get to the collegiate level, absolutely, that's when it starts. 1000%. It's not just for pro athletes.
I work for the arena here in Fort Worth. That's my job, and so we did the March Madness here, and yes, everything's branded. You can't even like down to like the Pepsi machine versus a Coke machine, like Gatorade. Like when we have
you're underwater.
Yeah, we have to.
Your finger on the speaker. It sounds like you're underwater.
So sorry.
No, you
I was
good.
gonna say, when we have to put stuff in there, like locker rooms or dressing rooms, if there's a Pepsi machine, we have to cover it with like Gatorade stuff. They can't. In some groups, can only have Powerade, right? So it's very specific, very particular. She's definitely dead on.
That's crazy. I didn't know about that in the schools, but that's the way they keep us all the same. And as human beings, nothing about us, we have similarities, but we're not exactly the same. My mom used to say 6 billion people in the world and everybody has a different story. Even twins who grew up in the same house, still different stories, still different perspectives, still different feelings. Even though they look exactly the same. And they expect us to do everything the way that they want us. So I'll be at the nuclear family. We wear all the same thing. I mean, your white picket fence, get a house and a this and the. Yeah. Oh yeah. You had timed out. You kept loading for me. You know, Alina, girl, it's definitely something going around. Please get you plenty of rest. I was down for a week. Take your medication, get some tea, make you some hot toddies or some medicine balls that they have at Starbucks, but you can make them yourself. I know Mr. Alina is taking really good care of you. Yeah. Yeah, please get rest.
I'm just real quick, before you go real quick. So Chelsea put in the chat, you asked about the what was the tagline? She said caption is like quote, embodied performance, integration at cellular threshold, movement is stabilized at for.
Hold on. What's she saying? Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna read it again. You asked about what the tagline was or what the caption was on that post. This is what Chelsea found. She said caption is like quote, embodied performance ... integration at a cellular threshold. Movement is stabilized at for opta, and then she says that's all I could all she could see from the screenshot. That's
Not you did a
crazy.
eugenics.
Girl.
That's crazy, y'all. That's
No,
crazy.
she
That makes it
didn't.
worse. That makes it worse.
That makes it 10
Eugenics.
times worse.
Wow.
W Chelsea for finding that.
Yeah, W fucking Chelsea, okay?
W Chelsea.
But me and Chelsea were having a conversation in the chat. I don't know if y'all saw that, but like, I'm asking the question, since this is intellectual property, like the concept art and also like the Nike symbol, couldn't both parties sue?
So I'll put on my paralegal hat and we can have a discussion. I don't think so, and here's why. Impact, I think, matters in that. I don't think that, number one, Nike posted it and took it down immediately. That's number one. So it's not like they made any money off of it. The other ones were part of a that it was part of like a collection. And usually when they're looking at that, Oya, they're looking at similarity. And his was on the chest and smaller. This is on the back and bigger. And I don't think anybody looking at his collection, especially with the explanation that he provided with the piece, would say, oh, you can't get sued for inspiration. You can get sued for stealing, right? If his was on the back, maybe. That's just my thought. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't see this being, they didn't make any money off of it. The campaign, she pulled it down immediately. I can't imagine them being being sued for that, because it's two totally different pieces. But I don't know what you guys think about it.
And then also, you remember that case? It was I forgot what state it was, but somebody ended up losing their scholarship for like the dumbest thing. Like, I think wearing like a different brand of sneakers, or like even I think it was like as simple as drinking a different brand of drink. You remember that case that was in litigation a couple of years ago? And then like it triggered collegiate athletes getting like the rights to their jerseys and like shit like that.
I'd have to look that one up. That'd be real interesting. But I believe it though. When I tell you with Allen, they don't play that. Because he was kind of dragged like, oh, you go to a school it's not a Nike school. You go to a D1. It was a D1 school. I mean, he played at Auburn, for God's sake. Like that was nothing to sneeze at. It just happened to be that Auburn was contracted with Under Armour. And it's like, dang, you got to wear Under Armour shoes. Like, yeah, it's that serious. And Caress is right. It's down to the Gatorade versus Powerade. Like, they don't play when it comes to branding, because think about it, guys. These kids are on national TV. That's branding right there. That's like, oh, I'm wearing Under Armour. I'm wearing, Nike. Like, and it was branded on every single solitary thing. Allen's bags were Under Armour. His shoes were Under Armour. His workout, his warm out, his jerseys, all of that, Under Armour, all of it. It's the same for Nike school.
Yeah, they had the cups, like the cups that they use to put the water in. They had to be Gatorade. The water buckets, the coolers, those had to be
the
Gatorade.
Towels.
The towels have to be Gatorade. Absolutely. Yep.
I also too want to say, she said the AI currently has fair use, but there are some cases out right now that could set the new precedent. So stay tuned. You can't say Super Bowl unless you're given the right. That's why you say, you see everyone say the big game. Wow.
Because the USO can't, like, if you're deployed like overseas, the USO can't even like show us the Super Bowl, because they have to pay for the rights in order to show us the Super Bowl. Same thing with the Olympics.
I want to play this video really quick.
Cool.
What? Cool.
So fuck.
I don't like that one. I don't like neither one. I know what I'm gonna get to what she gonna say,
Crib
but
caption on there, not cool actually.
yeah. Oh, okay. Got you.
Cool.
Creative director, come to the
Oh shit, my bad, y'all. Damn.
creative director, come to the front. The creative director needs to come to the front. Are you good? Not Nike lashings. Are you good?
That's what they call it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. You talking about her back. I thought that's meant like she called the Alina, thank you for the 5 for the goal. I appreciate you. Draw some crowds in the chat for Alina, okay? Alina, are you okay? I thought I know you sound terrible.
Come back. Don't go towards the light. Come back. Turn around.
I just wanted to jump on here because we only have 139 left of the goal. And if everybody matches me, I just sent $5. We could easily surpass that. And if anything, if you feel bad for me and how I sound, the quicker we release this goal, I can go back to sleep. I don't know why I'm like a higher pitched than I normally am. I'm like, I feel like Mickey
crotch
Mouse.
goblins you been around.
She said she went to Miami Music Week or something, baby.
Yeah.
And they got in your ass.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
I did.
I did.
I was so hungover on Friday. I was like, I'm too old for this.
Even if you like living life and you don't remember, like, you know, you're not paying attention to you know, taking trips around the sun. Your recovery from a night out will always tell you, okay, you ain't as young as you used to be.
Oh yeah. I was talking,
okay.
When I was talking to my friend the other day about how we used to like go out and like come home 4 or 5 in the morning, take like a couple hours nap, and then go straight to work. And it was just like, I don't know how we functioned. So has anyone sent in? Has anyone matched my 5?
Come on, y'all. You got to be quicker than that. We can all do it. It's 134 people in here, you guys. Let me see. Bitch, I really put in 134. 104 left in the goal. Divided by 44. It's literally $3 a piece. So if everybody do 5, you can take it up for somebody else.
Yep.
So she can go to bed, y'all. Taylor said, way to weaponize your sickness for good. I said, I know,
Whatever it takes.
I sound like SpongeBob trapped in. I hate that you, girl, because I was down bad. It just doesn't feel good.
I just have like the immune system of a turnip. Like I don't leave my house. And my husband, you know, he's a chef. So he's out there with the people. He brings the germs home. He tried to blame it on the kittens. He said the kittens probably got you sick. I was like, shut up.
They don't go nowhere.
I know, exactly.
Go ahead.
Chelsea tagged you in a video. She says, can you tell Jess I tagged her in a second video that has the full caption, I found it.
Yes, I'm about to play it right now. Mentions.
I'm gonna bring this up to the prosecution lawyer that I'm working with.
So this image is published on my TikTok.
He likes open convo cases like these, and like he literally likes to debate the argument of like why this is the way it is, or like the opposition.
Taylor, thank you for the $5. Y'all drop some crowds for Taylor as well. They said this is for Alina. Alina, get better. We gotta hit the goal so she can go to bed, y'all. Y'all cannot keep her up like this.
I have a fever of 101. Somebody.
Jesus.
Take me out.
Why I feel like I need to put my mask up here?
I thought you're gonna get virtually sick. I'm hollering. Thank you, Caress. Y'all drop some crowns.
We can sweeten the pot. Listen, I can show one of the foster kittens every time someone donates some money, whatever it takes.
Show his mouth. That's the only one I care about.
Some of the men gonna be like, oh, she said she gonna show her cat. Let me send $5. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You still have Mariah Carey?
It's very furry. No, Mariah Carey got adopted. She's
that
like
Jezebel.
She is living her best life. I think she's living in New Hampshire. She lives with 2 dogs and guinea pig.
Oh, Taylor said, do I get to see one on the next one? We'll show too. Because I don't want to make her have to get up too many times when you're sick. I know you'd be like,
call. It's a good call.
Yeah.
But if nobody else donates, then I'll get up.
This photo is making my skin crawl. I know it. Hold on, I'm about to play the video for y'all.
Quite a bit, and a lot of people talking about the image and the undertones and the messaging and everything with this image, and I 100% agree with what everybody's saying. 100% agree with what people
Maybe
are saying.
I'll see the gold better.
This is insane. This is crazy, and I get it. But also, when you're talking about things like this, you need to clarify to your audience that this was not created, posted, or endorsed by Nike, because a lot of people are like, oh, we have to boycott Nike and this and that. Now, listen, I am all for tearing down a company or a brand or a corporation when they deserve it. But this was not created, posted, or endorsed by Nike. And I think we need to clarify that. It was actually created, posted, and endorsed by this person on TikTok, this person here. And again, Nike didn't have anything to do with this. It was this person here. And going back to their profile just now to get this image, looks like they deleted that post with that image in it. And I could be wrong. I could have missed it when I went back, but I don't think I saw it. I think they deleted it because of all the backlash. But again, I'm all for tearing down a corporation. I'm all for retaliating against someone when they deserve it. But we do need to start clarifying when we're talking about things online. If we need to be clear. We need to clarify. Nike didn't do it. They didn't endorse it. They didn't post it. They didn't create it, because I don't think they'd be that dumb. I know other brands have been that dumb, but I don't think they'd be that dumb to do something like that. And we need to clarify that to our audience so that people aren't getting the wrong idea. If you're going to send a message, send the full message, not just a part of it, and actually tear down the people that deserve it. So this image is.
Some of the comments
That
say
was the most privileged fucking take
How
I
does
have
he
ever
know that
heard.
Nike didn't endorse it or pay for it or any of that? Like, how does he know that? Again, he's just spreading something he don't know anyway.
Wait, what does the caption say though? Because that's why Chelsea tagged you in it. What does the caption actually say on his screenshot video?
Embodied performance, integration at cellular threshold, movement is stabilized for optical memory, creative merger of worlds together with CSX commercial. Create this series of embodied performance. No, bitch, not. And you trying to say create this series? What were the other slides? Do anybody got any of the other slides? Or was it the ones that was on the first one? The first one you took
that were on that first one, they're gone. So
they were on there too.
Those were like the slides that you mean the ones that were in this.
The first video I just showed.
Yeah, the guy that the one with the girl. Those were on the carousel.
So, oh my God. So it's really more than, and none of that makes fucking sense. Create this series, the merger to create this series. And then somebody said, I'm sure that Nike knew about it. You don't just make any Nike media without, because then you would get sued.
That would be damages.
Yeah, why would you spend your money or even your time and AI or whatever the fuck you doing? They say you would not. Hold on, you don't just make any Nike media without Nike asking them to do something for them or asking them to show them some of their work. Nike knew that agency couldn't post that picture without getting the okay from Nike. I mean, of course, that's not valid. Like, but we don't know. We don't know. But nothing tells me, like she said, it's a privilege.
I mean, but if you look who this person worked with, like in Vogue, I mean, with Vogue people, like, and you look at the other posts, the other posts that they've
I'll
made,
take the black one.
There's a lot of Nike stuff on there.
That's you say if I look on whose on hers
director on her. If you look at her like post, she's got a lot of Nike stuff on there. A lot of Nike ads.
In the spirit of not spreading misinformation, I Googled the image and the Nike. I put Nike swoosh on a back of a black man. Okay, so this is what people are saying. One person incorrectly said this is completely false. It's a 2003 art piece called Brand Loyalty. We know that's wrong. Okay, so someone else said, okay, since y'all won't do the work, I have some time to kill. This is not from Nike.
That's the one I pulled up earlier.
Yeah, some random creative director did this using the Nike logo and posted it to their account. It has since, to my knowledge, been removed. What I can confirm is that Nike was make a record-breaking donation with money they got from me to Republicans, and that's why they'll never get a dime from me. Not because some random ignorant idiot did a disgusting thing thinking that it was creative. So multiple people are saying that we're kind of dumb for, or people are kind of dumb for just hopping on this and thinking that Nike did this. A lot of people are saying y'all stop believing and falling for everything you see. Yeah, so I can't find anything official saying that Nike's creative team did this.
Yeah.
Jess, I'm fading fast. I'm sorry.
No, good night. I want the dark black one.
There's one that's
Not
all
the
black.
dark black one. It's
Yeah,
not
the blacker the berry, the
colorism
sweet.
cat.
No, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Look at it.
I know that one.
Doesn't
That
this one look like Ed Sheeran or Robert Pattinson?
I'm hollering.
Girl, we can see.
Go lay down and get you some rest.
I'll try again another day.
Okay. Oh
Just
my
fading
God.
fast.
No worries. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Good night,
Love
Alina.
ya, bye.
Y'all make sure y'all follow Alina too. Alina, put a comment in the chat so they can give you a follow. Dolce did this for the Met Gala, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be a political statement. Branded a capitalistic LV logo on her skin, but no one is critical because it's Dolce. So they're definitely
Okay,
mixed.
so we're on the same thread. We're on the same thread because I'm reading, and if you scroll down, somebody else said ninjas just hop on TikTok and social media in general and start talking without any research or context. This is not quote unquote new. It's also not from Nike. It's from a Black visual artist named Hank Willis Thomas. F out of here with the fake outrage. But again, this
It's
is
so funny. They're
nothing
all
but
wrong.
right. They're all wrong.
They're all wrong.
Literally
Completely
all
wrong.
wrong.
Talking shit like, oh, you didn't just get on here and say anything, saying anything themselves. Like, literally.
Yeah, I like to go down my deep dives, and keep an open mind to what could be. What was I about to say? All right, then. Latrine, did you want to add anything on to this before we get on to the TikTok of the day? And we'll.
Yeah, I just had a question.
Mm-hmm.
The person that did this, are they what, an ambassador for Nike? Could that be?
They're the creative director for Nike.
Oh, that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's even worse because being a creative director, well, I'm just going to relate it to music, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a creative director, or if you are a manager or lyricist, right, and you write music, you don't want everybody to see the raw imperfections, And then you look at your picture, or you look at your art, or you look at your music, and you fine proof it before you posted it.
Mm-hmm.
Posted something like this, they wanted to get some things stirred up, which puts me in the frame of mind of, their president poking fun at Michelle and Barack. They are trying to get a rise out of us.
Mm-hmm.
This was a ply for me. I just I see.
Who posted which one?
Yeah, I've got the Nike creative directors pulled up. Okay, this is what it's saying. Nike employs numerous creative directors across its diverse brand categories, Jordan, ACG, running, etc., rather than a single company-wide creative lead. Key current creative leaders include Aaron Belchere, who is the VP creative director of Nike, Kimu Meyer, who is the senior creative director, and Martin Lodi, VP of Global Corrective. So they've got, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just alone. Who was it that posted that picture? When you look at the video, did it give
her name is Sophie something. Sophie Haas.
Studio Sophie Hosps.
Okay, so she is not. Let me repeat. She is not listed on Nike's website as a creative director.
No, it says that she, Chelsea said to her understanding, she owns an agency based in Sweden. Girl.
Okay, so she could have been working third party, like Chelsea was saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I also have a question.
Go ahead, and then we're gonna bring KGR in.
From the caption, does anybody else get the eerie feeling of eugenics and then also Black people are only meant to work super hard and physically demanding jobs, like that negative connotation?
I
Like
definitely.
your body is made to do physical labor.
I can see that. I didn't even think about that. I can see that.
Embodied performative, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just saying that we're just built to perform, right? Built to just, entertain.
We're
Yep.
products. We're products.
Yeah. Welcome in, KGR.
Disposable workforce.
What are your thoughts?
White people.
Girl. Oh, here we go.
Okay. I think that maybe Nike wants to tank their stock. I think that what we need to do every time they do some racist stuff like that, instead of giving them any form of engagement, we just stop buying their stuff.
Me sitting up here with a Nike hoodie on. The fuck?
Take it off.
I ain't got no bra.
Oh, take it off.
Go ahead, KGR, my bad.
Well, no, I mean, it's just like we have to also look at it from the perspective of Black bodies being commodities. This is all about commoditizing or making us more back to the belief system that we are commodities. And Black people are supposed to struggle. They're still trying to sow this like race WAR, and it hasn't been working. Everything they put out there hasn't really worked. So they're trying to say, well, maybe if we get them to do this, then they'll start fighting us and then we can do what we want. And it's like, no, we're done. Fix your messes yourselves. We are no longer going to be the sacrificial lambs. We will not be your cannon fodder. So I agree, Oya. That's really what they're trying to do. It's the messaging, and then they're trying to goad us into coming outside.
They want
using our outrage to like promote them, so to speak, right? Like our outrage promotes them and gets people. I mean, we've seen it with so many instances. Sydney Sweeney, for example, was one, right? We talked about that earlier. Like they use our outrage to then push their right Christian ideology bullshit.
And also,
the thing is, though, we know now, though, that Nike didn't do it. I could see Nike if the backlash obviously has been tremendous. The actual creative directors and leadership knows about it now. I think it's interesting that this is a Swedish marketing agency that did this, who may have been detached from, the historical context of what this looked like. If the backlash is big enough, I'm searching the internet to see, has Nike made a statement or are they going to make a statement, right? This happened with a brand a couple months ago. I can't remember who it was, but it was a mistaken thing and people were outraged and they were ready to boycott. And this company came out and was like, whoa, hold on. That was not us. We had nothing to do with that. Like, it's going to be interesting now to see what the backlash is going to be on all the threads and on the Bird app. I'm seeing people, saying the same thing. Whatever. Oh, we're going to boycott. We're not buying Nike. If the backlash is big enough, I'm curious as to whether or not Nike's going to come out and make a statement and say, hey, we're not associated with that. So, I mean, we know now that it wasn't any of the creative directors, at least that are listed on their website. If it was an agency,
unless you got fired immediately.
Right. Like something, they're going to have to make some kind of statement now.
But they should have made one anyway. That's the problem.
Of contingency. Even though Nike didn't do it necessarily, it's kind of their MO and it's been their MO for I don't know, before my time, back in the day, the early 1900s. It seems like they've made it to where they've kind of said like this is okay. So somebody in a different country, and I don't care that she's Swedish, right? Because even Canada knows about chattel slavery, right? Like fucking think before you do something. It's kind of like they opened the door for her to be able to say, okay, I feel like this is an okay thing to post.
The
But
whole,
if some random artist though drop that,
but she not random. She worked with Nike a lot. Even the person she did the series with works with Nike a lot.
works with Nike.
Because
Okay.
this is the person she tagged in this series. This is his page. This blue up here, it has Nike symbols. Hold on, let me make it big for y'all. It has Nike in it as well. So this is something that they do. See the Nike in the butterfly. The one in the
there's
middle.
lots of posts on her IG with Nike on it. She's got lots of Nike shoes, Nike track gear. There's lots of Nike stuff. Now I'm not saying maybe they are monetizing off of Nike's brand, but it just seems odd that Nike wouldn't do something about that for some, especially
Yeah, I agree. And none of those images though are linked to any of Nike's official marketing campaigns. Just because she's got Nike all over the page, that doesn't mean she works with Nike. Reverse image any one of those and show me where that random bird or this person right here is linked to a marketing campaign for Nike.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to find
This
it.
is just equally disgusting, by the way.
I agree. All
Yeah, I
of it
agree
is
too.
disgusting in my opinion. And so Nike should have done a better job of litigating, like, hey, hold on a second, you're using our imaging and all kinds of stuff that's not connected to us. That in and of itself is problematic. Just because she's got a ton of pictures on her or tag that person with a whole bunch of images with Nike logos in it, that doesn't mean that she's working with Nike, because if that's the case, it should have shown up somewhere in a marketing campaign.
Mm-hmm.
They
But
paid her.
Yeah, that's what Chichuba came in and put in, that the agency was paid. But I want to point out the thing is the way that a lot of the marketing is going now, it's not official campaigns. They try to do it like it's an organic thing. And it's so that it becomes part of like a lexicon, like they're like, oh yeah, this is just people who are our fans, and they put it out because that has been part of like new marketing. It's like the influencer side. This is how they do it. And I have a problem with, again, if they're using your symbol, you have a problem with it. Like, it's just like McDonald's. McDonald's will sit there and send your cease and desist, then they suing you. You got 2 seconds. But why didn't they come out immediately and say, this is not us. We are not associated. We abhor this. We are so sorry. We are currently in litigation. Take that down. Why not?
So where's the proof that she was paid? Do we know? Did we see that somewhere?
Yeah, let me ask you, Chichuba, where, let me see, where's the money?
There she go, right
I
there.
didn't like that commercial that you showed before, because that also makes us look like a disposable, expendable workforce.
Hey, Tajuba, how you doing?
And I agree 1000%, KGR. I think you make an excellent point about this new shift in marketing, right? Looking like it's more organic, grassroots, influencer based. You are 1000% right with that. I think that's a great point. I just think that's, as we're seeing right here, I think that's a dangerous game for global brands to play, because when you let somebody else have creative control, even up from an quote unquote influencer level, you end up with stuff like this, and people, unlike us who are not going to do the deep dive and make sure that we're not spreading misinformation, right, are going to look at this, and you can see the backlash on the Bird app, on this app, on the Blue Book. You're seeing the response that could affect their bottom line. I just think they're playing loosey goosey with that, if that's the role that they're taking.
Hey,
Well, isn't it the
Orchid.
reason why they have a morality clause in contracts?
Right, but see that to KGR's point though, sis, like if you are doing, it's the same thing with brand deals here on this app, right? Like you only do a morality clause if there's an actual contract. If she's not like legally bound, you know, if there's not, and we don't, there's no way for us to know this here tonight. If she hasn't drawn up a contract with them to say, hey, I'm going to do this through, you know, influencer channels, then there wouldn't be a morality clause. You know what I mean? Because there's no contract. That's what I'm saying. That's awfully irresponsible of Nike if that's the role that they're allowing her to do. Because then you end up with stuff like this.
Right. And that's why I asked if in the beginning if she was an ambassador, because I know if you want to become an ambassador, you have to sign for paperwork. But that's inclusive to, you know, promotions and all of that. That's still a Nike deal. And just like you said, that's not, they're not, and Nike is not going to put Nike is a big business. They're not going to put something like this out intentionally because they already know most of their athletes are Black. And this is going to be a racial charge issue.
But what we do know is racism trumps their capitalism. They voted to put this man in office, knowing that it was going to destroy America because racism led that. KGR, not KGR, Professor Tajuba, how you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for coming by.
I'm good. So basically with the whole Nike, there's like a couple of brand marketing people who are on TikTok now saying that some of the things that big companies like Nike are doing is that they contract with different artists around the world or in the United States. And then their creative people and their creative marketing teams will look at the brand, will look at it, and then encourage them to post it on their own to see market research is going to say in that sense. And this artist right here has been paid quite handsomely throughout this entire time while she's been like, it's not just like a risk that they're taking. It's more of the fact that they know Nike's like, you can take this backlash, we'll do the research and then put out something. And I'm on LinkedIn right now because I'm researching. And Nike they're very silent right now about it. Like it's on my timeline right now of people rightfully so going off, but it's almost to a point where there's no Nike execs, there's nobody coming in and just saying anything or even claiming in that sense. But I do know that like with the new marketing, because when I worked at Southwest Airlines, they kind of did the same thing like that, where they would just let the outside contractor kind of take the heat, they take the research, and then they put out a note.
Depending on how many people get mad.
Yeah, outrage usually equates to sales.
Outrage sells.
So it's like Adidas. Okay, remember when Adidas became the poster child for 8x11 supremacist groups? That became a thing. So then they changed their logo after they realized there was backlash because they had gotten more popularity because of Black creators utilizing it, like Black, like Run DMC and them. So they were like, oh, we want to rebrand. It's kind of like how Tommy Hilfiger did the same thing. Remember, he went from, oh, hip hop is really cool. And then when he wanted to rebrand to make it back to its like preppy white tee culture only, they went on that kind of super racist brand deal. Like they did a campaign, but they started utilizing what do you call it? Socialites who had controversial backgrounds because they were always in the papers. It's the same, like that is how that works. So what they're seeing is how they can rebrand and do things to see if it's going to have a market hit without having to be completely adjacent to it.
The thing is, though, I don't know. The more that we're talking about this, the more that I'm thinking that Nike was not aware of this, because I don't know who said it, but the black dollar with Nike, that's a very risky thing to play. I'm thinking of my son. I'm thinking of his teammates. I'm thinking of the kids that he coaches. I'm thinking of every Black athlete. I'm thinking of every NBA, NFL, hockey, whoever that has to rock that brand that is a person of color, specifically Black American. I'm thinking of all the kids who are, getting the, my son used to get Air Force One twice a year, back to school and in the spring. Okay, I'm thinking of, I don't know, that is a risky game to play with quote unquote rage baiting and outrage. I don't know. I'm looking to see if they're going to make a statement.
Go ahead.
Could I just show? I don't know if y'all know who Jaden Ivey is. He's an NBA player for the Bulls, and the Bulls just cut him. I think today. Yesterday. Due to his basically anti-gay, anti-LGBTQIA plus, just absolutely horrible behavior on and off the court during his contract. And he still gets Nike checks, despite the fact that he behaves that way. I feel like I get what you're saying, Nichelle, and part of me is like, I want to see what Nike is going to do, but I wouldn't be shocked if it came out that Nike did have a say in this or someone had a part of this.
I do want to point this out. Okay, so what we're seeing in the States specifically, and we're seeing globally, the silencing of Black voices, the need to try to make us irrelevant. That is happening within political parties, that is happening worldwide. To say, oh, you guys aren't as important as you think you are. Your dollar really doesn't matter. And you have to remember, racism is usually exceptionally expensive. And they're willing to do that in order to try to say, oh, Black people don't matter. You have to remember Cadillac. Cadillac was going bankrupt until they started, selling to Black people, right? But then once they wanted to rebrand and get white people to do it, they started excluding Black people from their campaigns. Same thing happened with Sears. Same thing happened with a lot of brands. When they want to, and it usually happens when there is global controversy happening, specifically when they're trying to silence a group of marginalized people. So I'm not surprised. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It's like Target. Target didn't care. But now they're like, oh shit, those dollars do matter. But they still won't change anything. They just pay a random Tunisian to come up and say, oh, it's over.
And also, too, like we said earlier, Luna, thank you, little Luna. I appreciate it for the 5 for just being you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Drop some crowds in the chat for little Luna. I appreciate it, darling. Thank you. And we have 124 left in the goal. Okay, so if you want to just clear it out, go ahead and do so. If you want to donate 5, we can trickle it all down. Teamwork makes the dream work. I would greatly appreciate it. But like Nichelle said earlier, Nike has deals with schools and deals with all these other people. They can make you wear their shit. The schools have to buy it. These organizations have to buy it. When you're in the NBA, you got to wear it. Regardless
That's
if
what
you,
I'm saying.
I'm saying like even if they did know, say they did know, just say they did know. It wouldn't hurt them because y'all still got to. They still got to. All the kids that go to these colleges. If it's a Nike school, you still got to buy it. You still got to wear it. All the schools the NBA is Nike, you're still gonna wear it. So they wouldn't even be hurt by it. They wouldn't even be hurt by it because they got too many contracts. Go ahead, Chris.
And I feel by now they would have made a statement, honestly, if they didn't have any conjunction with this, creative directors team or with their company. I think by now they would have put out some sort of a statement. The people that they work with are not like little like run of the mills, right? You're talking Vogue people, right? So they're touching with some big name entities. So it just wouldn't surprise me that they were contracted out. They put out something, they got backlash, took it down, and that's why we're not hearing from Nike. They'll wait for it to blow over, because a lot of times this kind of stuff does blow over, unfortunately.
Allegedly she posted this morning, right?
Okay, so this
Yeah.
morning, I'm like Chelsea. I put it in the chat. I've fallen down the rabbit hole. Now I need to know. I need to know too. I'm gonna be watching to see if they make a statement about it. I guess it's to everybody's point. I guess it depends on how big the backlash is actually going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, I promise you, the kids that were playing in March Madness, they're not going to be able to rip that Nike logo off. I can promise you that.
Yeah, my IG post about it, I got like 44,000 views on it, and I know other people's probably got way more. And people have tagged the shit out of Nike.
Yeah.
In my case, so I could imagine what they've done on other people's who's, you know what I'm saying, got more, bandwidth.
They probably on Nike page right now in the comments. In fact, let me go look.
And to Nichelle's point about, Cadillac, we can go even further to Oldsmobile. Look what they did to the Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile was the black family car before Cadillac. And they just totally banished Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile didn't have a chance.
Nike's most recent post. Hold on. I'll make it big.
It's right there. You see
it. Yep.
It's right there.
Yeah. And they said, "What is this? Please explain." Okay.
Explain yourself, Nike.
Who came from the new logo video? The new logo. Well, that was 321, so I don't know. This was 13 hours ago. Nike. It's 5 days ago. 5 days ago. 5 days ago. So that's the only one that I see that has been recent from today. Let me see. It'll go down to another one.
They could be deleting comments. So
True. Because who was it that cut their comments all the way to smooth fuck off one time? I think it was Target or Walmart when they had that.
A lot of them.
When they had that like monkey or something on the picture. But
that was
Hey, Lisa, Stacy, Ray, we're about to get off, but I thank y'all for the raid. Y'all drop some crowns in the chat for the Lisa, Stacy raid. I appreciate y'all for coming in. Give me a follow if you're not doing something. Hey, Stacy, hey, Farrah, blessed and grateful. Get a grip, Granny. Don't you combine it, everybody. So, all right, we're gonna move on. Thank y'all for engaging that conversation. We're gonna wait on Nike for a couple days. See if they're going to have anything to say. We're going to move
couple
on.
Days. Shit, they got 24 hours.
Look, I'm gonna be trolling like a mug tonight. I'm gonna be trolling like a mug on Nike's website.
She gonna be like, "Say something, bitch! Say something!
Say something!
On your ass, Nike!"
Oh, damn!
I can't stand you, Jess. I can't stand you, girl. I can't stand you.
I love you so much. Oh my God. We'll move on to the TikTok of the day. Now this is not actually the TikTok of the day, but I did want to get y'all a point because we was talking opinion, because we was talking about the protesters and the rioters. And this is a video of some rioters breaking open the gates to Portland ICE detention. And I just kind of want to know y'all thoughts on it. Oh, I might have to, hold on, y'all. I may have to reset it or refresh it, because when it sit there too long. Oh shit. Let me go back. When it sit there too long, it act like it don't want to play. It acts like it doesn't want to play. But give me a follow if you're not done. So tap screen, share the live. We have 124 left in tonight's goal. Maybe we'll hit it tonight. I got a feeling. All right, here we go. Hold on, let me run it back.
Do you guys remember those dog videos where they would be barking each other behind the gate, but when the gate was actually open, they never wanted to do shit? Because that was the equivalent of what these people did. And if you don't know the video, let me show you this shit.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Stacy, for the raid. Thank y'all so much for being there. Get your daily heartbeat. What are y'all thoughts on
Lice lizards. Did you free anybody? Did you free anybody? Was anyone liberated? So y'all just broke open a gate. Wow. So
And then had the nerve run that
to be
run that
proud.
shit back. Run that shit back. Run that shit. Listen, the devil is a lie. Look at how they cheered themselves. Watch this right here, right here. Oh, look at that. Look at that, man.
We did it, guys. We got it open.
Look at me. Look at me.
Do you guys remember those dog videos?
Oh my God.
Y'all, okay, I'm gonna tell you something. I got cattle that did a better job breaking down fences and getting out and doing some stuff. We have it's so messed up. My aunt calls her Harriet Tubman the cow because she would break through the fence and then she would go grab other cows to come break into the other side where they could run free in the meadow. Like, y'all ain't even do that shit. I got longhorns that do that. And y'all can't, oh, we broke open go in and get the people then. Dummy.
Oh my God. Go open the door. Free somebody, okay? Oya in the comments like, Nuck if you, I slobbed on myself. Nuck if you buck, Nike. I'm screaming.
I mean, she not wrong though.
Oh my God.
Nike needs to respond. But I think I was telling someone, I was on Costos Live and I said something to a point. I was like, what bothers me about some of these No Kings protests is that I don't feel like there's a lot, like, while I'm not participating in them, is almost to a point where it's like it's a very convenient protest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not blocking traffic. You're not stopping like metros and subways. You're not doing anything to actually like stop something. So you opening up an empty gate in Portland, that's such a Portland thing though. That I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I can imagine that on the West Coast. But it's almost to a point where it's like, so what's the point? It's so symbolic for you to make you feel better about that. You didn't do anything. That's cute.
But they're gonna tell their kids,
you know, maybe
when they get older, we freed some detainees.
No, the story's gonna be, we stormed the gates of an ICE agency, blah, 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 blah. That's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Okay, the internet is forever. Listen, I'm done calling it the No Kings protest.
No Kings rally.
It's a rally. Let's be crystal clear. There were no demands, and then I've seen some people push back and go, "Oh my God!" But there were demands. Listen, if you weren't disruptive, listen. Here's the thing, YT people. Okay, all y'all are part of the Mayo, MAGA, whatever you are. Okay, I would encourage you to go take a look at the sit-ins during the civil rights era. Look at the bus rides, the freedom rides. Okay. That is what protesting looks like. When there's something on the line, when you've got something to lose, it can't be scheduled on a Saturday. Dressing up as frogs and animals. Gee, I'm sure Trump and the administration was looking and going, "Oh wow, I'm really scared. I'm so, oh look, they're dressed up like me, with the king, with the crown on my head." That's not what the civil rights movements were about. That's not what women's suffrage was about. That's not what the feminist movement was about, in the 60s and 70s. That's not what it looked like. Right? It's organic. It's when we protested during BLM in the summer of 2020, we were out in the street. I mean, we were out on 35. There's literally a picture of me with a SWAT team with pew-pews drawn behind me. We disrupted. We inconvenienced. We marched. Like something was on the line. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, George Floyd was unalived. Okay, guys, check your email, right? Bring your snacks, dress up like a puppy, dress up like a frog. We're gonna march through the street.
Oh, Sachi, hey boo. How you doing, my love? Yeah, I get that too.
I think
Go ahead. I just want to say Chelsea said that it was posted between February and it was posted between February and March. February 27th and March 2nd.
It was up that long and no one said anything.
She said it might have been caught up in the carousel because you have to scroll through the carousel. So maybe some people didn't scroll that far.
Isn't the date on the post? Let me go look.
Yeah, see what they see. Go ahead, Tajuba. My bad.
Remind y'all some of the crazy.
Hold on, real quick. Go ahead,
It
Tajuba.
makes just to what Oya put on the put in the chat where she was like, throw some tea in the harbor, but it's like, do something. And it makes me miss some of, like, when I worked out in the Bay Area, it makes me miss the crazy Berkeley students who literally, like, if one minor inconvenience came from the administration, they were shutting down the BART.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shut it down. We're on the streets. And it's like, y'all, and culture's coming to speak. Nobody is going to feel comfortable today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just something to that level where it's like nobody does that at all.
I'm gonna listen for all you No Kings protesters. Okay, if you want a more recent, you want to be disruptive, I'm gonna need y'all to pull January 6th. Okay.
Yeah, that's what is needed.
You know what I'm saying? Like
allegedly in Minecraft
on that one episode.
I love TikTok Shop. I love TikTok Shop. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Love it. But like seriously, like you need something disruptive and agitating, and you've got to have some demands. And the last thing I want to say, I'm starting to see some dialogue that's really disturbing to me. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm starting to see some pretty prominent accounts, independent news media accounts, that are saying, oh my gosh, we're seeing all the criticism of the No Kings. You guys leave people alone. People came out for community. It helps us to feel not alone. It helps us with our morale. Listen.
Call it what it is then.
Just like you mofos didn't listen to Black women in 2024, you're not listening now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's real interesting that it's more about your fragile egos and about the pat on your back than listening to Black people who have done this work, who have historically done this work, and you're not listening to us now. So I'm starting to see, it's almost like the flip that we saw just with the discourse surrounding when Jasmine Crockett lost, and we saw a swath of white leftists and quote unquote liberals swoop in and say, what are you guys so upset about? Like, get over it. Like, rally around Tallarico. I'm sorry, it's that same energy. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't critique us. We got out in our frog blow up outfits. Like that was all about morale. And Black.
I took my Saturday off when I could have been in the bed.
Exactly. And I grabbed my Starbucks first, girl, and I brought Chad and Hunter with me. Like, don't get mad. That's what we're seeing. It's the same performative thing as the blue bracelets. It's the same performative things as the black squares. So I don't know if you guys have seen that on your FYP, but I'm starting to see the dialogue shift where people are starting to defend that and not wanting. Somebody even had made the point that it's almost like there's been a shift for sure in the No Kings. Because at first, remember when the first one came out, the 92% was like, we ain't coming. We're not gonna be on that front. And white tea people, just like they did with the blue bracelets. Oh, you're right, Queen. You're absolutely right, King. I'm gonna take it for you. I'm gonna make sure I'm on the front line. Okay, that was the narrative for the first two No Kings. Now I'm starting to see a shift where it's almost like they don't want us to be there because they don't want it to be associated with like disruptiveness and violence, if that makes sense, right? So the shift is changing.
I don't have to say it's because when they went up there after the 5th of January, baby, they had the motherfucker shook. And I feel like that played a lot into why we didn't even look into the elections this time, because we don't want them to act up, and we don't want you're not putting fear in anybody's heart walking down the sidewalk like it's a parade. Respectfully, the protests are supposed to be disruptive, right? It's supposed to have demands. It's supposed to create change. And it's just not. Nobody's scared. Nobody gives a damn. You know, they stormed the capitals in, I think, Wisconsin or a couple of other states too that same day because it got everybody riled up. We're just not doing anything. Lisa, welcome in. How are you?
Hi, beautiful. Hi, everybody.
Hey, girl.
Hey. I got my T-shirt today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all your love and support, and also too, especially in Live Fest, you guys were rocking with me throughout this bitch every day.
Yeah. So it's like Michelle was saying something about, hey, white people listen up, and it reminded me of a T-shirt that I saw today that I'm going to get for myself. It says, "Yes, I'm white, but I'm not that white." And it's like, if you know, you know.
Yeah, because you like, bitch, I'm over here listening, ho. I'm not even to play with y'all at.
So yeah, it reminded me. I was like, yeah, I gotta order that shirt. Yeah,
that's cute. That's
might
gonna be
white,
cute.
but I'm not that white.
I got you.
Yeah, no Hunter or Chad over here with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that you guys, when you talk about the disruption, like at the very least, do it on a Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Or a Wednesday. And Stacey, she's been saying this from the beginning. She's had like the same viewpoint. She's like, what are y'all doing? Getting in the street on a Saturday? She was like, follow these MFers around to their restaurant, like
Yes.
the leaders, right? Our politicians. Follow them around to their restaurant when they're trying to take their kids out, when they're trying to take their wife out for dinner, right? When they're trying to go have cigars or whatever with the boys, whatever the hell they do.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and be disruptive and like be outside like their offices and stuff like that. Like run up on them. Allegedly on Minecraft.
Yes.
Right? Stacey, she's been saying this since December of 2024. She's like, yeah, she said we gotta like make things uncomfortable for them, and they are not uncomfortable. They're able to do whatever they want to do.
It's the last day of Women's History Month with an all-woman panel. So I just want to say shout out to all the amazing women really quick to for a second for all of y'all for being here today. I just want to say I love y'all and I appreciate all the time that y'all come here with me. So I just want to take a quick second to just say keep doing you, boo-boo. Keep doing you. And I saw your hand up. Let me bring Saji in and I got you, KGR. Saji, welcome in. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. That all right was like, bitch. I guess. Women, we got to just keep on going. My house is on fire, but you know what? I'm all right.
Yes. No, I just, I was listening to Nichelle and I agree. It feels like all the videos that are talking about it, even the ones that are just describing the No Kings protest, have a lot of dog whistles in them, right?
I haven't seen them all. Thank you, April, for showing love to the panel.
They're saying like, oh, it was nice to see a protest where people got to be silly and protest in a non-threatening way.
Non-violent.
Huh? Like, this is why
that motherfucker's still up there,
Listen, shout out to Iran because they still give a fuck about us. But anybody else, the rest of the world stopped commenting. Do you remember when this man first got into office? All these different countries were commenting under the posts. And they were like, Canada's with you. Chile is with you. Neverland is with
Neverland
you.
as well.
And now, like, people stop because in reality, the people that should be out there fighting are not doing shit. Like, it's kind of like at some point people are just like, okay, Americans, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Like, this is on you. You gotta fight for your own shit.
I just think that they gotta feel it more because obviously I don't know.
They don't feel it yet.
Yeah, they gotta feel it more. I'll be at home every motherfucking day with gas high as it is. Went from $3.49 to $3.89 a day. No ma'am.
And you still got people around this app going around and saying that we shouldn't vote, that the system is broken, and that, you know, capitalism is bad. Yeah, I hear you. But it's been, y'all, it's been almost, it feels like it's already been 2 years. It feels like it's already been 2 years. No revolution has kicked off. And now we are seeing white ladies on the street with clown noses, with chickens wrapped around, like pet chickens or the stuffed chickens, whatever animal, wrapped around their waist. Ladies riding inflatable flamingos. People dressed up as Lady Liberty. Like, is this a revolution that was planned?
F them chickens. I'm hollering.
We genuinely, like, listen, if I were to take up the time, or anybody on the panel were to take up the time to run through everything that we've been through since November 2024, we would be here for a couple days.
We sure would. We can't even keep up.
And I'm with you. Like, why the hell are people protesting on a Saturday when it doesn't inconvenience anybody? Why are people being told to stay on the sidewalk? Why are people being told, like, hey, don't block the freaking semaphore, like the red light? I thought a protest was supposed to be to disturb, to inconvenience people, to make it known. Like, why aren't they shutting buildings down? And even like I went to Mexico like 2 years ago, and they had a scandal, right? Where the president of this municipality was involved, or they suspected that he was involved with raping or SAing a woman that was working for him. His entire, how do you call it? I'm trying to think of it. Whatever, the building was covered in the words rapist. It was trashed. There was trash all over the place. The windows were broken. They had been boarded up. Like, people were outside 24/7 harassing these people. Like, y'all, we are, and listen, trust me, I hate these ICE agents. I hate these graces that are out on the street. But all these online lefties got more time to go dox people that are standing at the airport. Again, can't stand them either. They got more time to do that. Why haven't they found, the addresses to the people that are higher up that don't reside in Pennsylvania?
Allegedly in Minecraft on that one episode.
I'm not on that one episode. I'm not saying go harm them. But if you're gonna be loud, go be loud outside of their home on a Sunday night when they gotta be up at 5 a.m. the next morning. Line up all these different cars, blast the speakers so they can't go to bed. Noise disturbance. Okay, everybody leave. Bring another row of 5 cars with the speakers blasting. Like, can we come up with something, white people, that is still, and I'm sorry, I feel conflicted, and I'm going to land it in this.
Okay.
I know, right? Black people went out there and protested, not when their status was on the line, when their life was on the line. I know that a lot of Latinos, myself included, are very scared right now. They don't know what's going to happen. We're not worried about being deported. We're worried about being put in these camps. But at the end of the day, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to be too much.
And when I was on Picasso's panel the other day, well, I wasn't on the panel, when I was in the chat and you were talking to Sharon, and she's like, are you going to deport me? Deport me. Girl, that's the problem. They're not being deported. They're being kidnapped, raped, treated horribly in these like torturous conditions. That's the problem. That ain't like you said, someone like, okay, I'm going home, whatever. They're not going home. They're going to countries they've never been to before. Babies, children, women, men, like hardworking men. So, KG, I know you wanted to add something, and then I'm gonna play this next video. And I might have to save that for tomorrow because I know that's going to spark up a whale of a conversation. But go ahead, KGR.
Okay, I'm gonna need everyone to agree. 8x11s do know how to protest when it's something they want.
Oh, I agree. We watched it.
Remember,
Girl, did you just call them copy paper?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, the Mayo mob. They when they saw integrated schools.
Yep.
Them fools was heated. When they tried to put a prison somewhere near their homes, they gonna fight. They know how to fight. They don't want to. They don't want to inconvenience other 8x11s because no matter what, they're benefiting. So they don't want to actually be in danger. So that's my problem. They know what to do. They don't want to. So I don't go ahead, do your stupid, waste your time at No Kings. Because I'm waiting for the John Brown 8x11s to show up. Because I think they about to. Because I think they getting real sick of this shit. The Bout It crackers, they about that life. They gonna come out. But not right now. Because Leah, look at them. Oh my God, a Negro bought a house in my neighborhood.
Those who trespass against us and lead us not.
Because when niggas was walking down the street, they had no problem throwing tomatoes. They had no problem yelling. They had no problem. Look. She like shit, the devil herself. They had no problem spitting on the kid, the black kids trying to get to school. They had no problem kidnapping them and dragging them through the streets. They got no problem with the day after the 5th of January. Y'all had no problem with none of that. You see, they in the street. They in the street.
And they don't have enough gumption to turn around and tell that Supreme Court to rule on the laws of the land rather than to mess with our children and ruin our education and put our country down. Now, there were appointed officials, and we'll impeach every one of them if we have to get this country back where it belongs.
Man, by the time somebody do something, because now all of a sudden the tide is turning a little bit. You see how things feel now. You all come upset, huh? You're all upset. Say somebody taking your rights away.
We want no trouble. We don't condemn these black people. They are human beings too. We understand that, but we want our school. And we're going to get it if we have to go to Washington to get it. We are doing what they have done many, many times. Now, is that wrong people of this world today?
I said that wig is wigging.
You really think that I was supposed to go to school with people who are that idiotic?
Yeah.
Back then.
Where are her lips?
They are so mad though. Like they really said we want freedom.
Which is wild.
And I fight for what you think is right and what's in here to fight for. You got a heart, you got a conscience. Fight for it. And give it all you got. And I mean the people of the world today better do it. Because if they don't, they're going to be dominated throughout this world by this federal government, which is dominating the world today. No matter who you are, black or white, if you feel that it's right, fight for it. But fight for the right thing. Don't create a disturbance, but fight for what you got and for what you worked hard for. In my opinion, if anybody had the right to fight, it's the Indians. They were the ones that were here in this country before the black people or before we were. If anybody has a right to fight, they have a right to fight for it. And we are standing up for what we think is right now.
Barbara.
Calm down, Barbara, bitch. But
shut the fuck up.
Girl. But not a damn dinosaur outfit, not a frog costume, not a unicorn in sight.
They in the street too. All right.
These are the people my grandma had to deal with. Jesus.
Ugh, that part.
My grandmother, my mama, my mother.
Yep.
Shoot.
Right.
That's insane. My mother had to deal with that.
My mom.
You know what? You brought up KJR, you brought up such a good point. This has shifted my whole thing. I need that video sent to me. I saw it, but I didn't save it. I need that video sent to me ASAP because every single time that's what we need to play for them. You ain't got no problem getting out in these streets and fighting for what's right, Barbara. Okay. Okay, because I know your kids running around here somewhere. I know your grandkids running around here still somewhere, Barbara. And look, and she said all that with her purse and a cigarette in her hand. I can't be mad at it. Like, really? That's wild to me. That is wild to me. You had no problem marching the streets for that. But now can you imagine? Mark, look at how serious them people were. Ain't nobody dressing up like no clowns. Ain't nobody dressed up like Lady Liberty. Ain't nobody putting on no, costumes and stuff. Can you imagine Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Angela Davis, John Lewis running around with clown outfits on? Talking about we want the right to vote.
Nobody will take you seriously.
Are you serious right now?
And they don't take them seriously. That's why they've achieved absolutely fucking nothing.
Mhm.
Right? They've got nowhere. Right? When we marched during BLM, right? We got reform. Right? We got trackers of all the police brutality across the nation that Trump came in and dismantled on week one. Right?
Mhm.
We got reform. We got consequences. And they're getting nothing, and it's tiresome, it's old, it needs to be switched up and changed or just stop it,
Like Get a Grip Grammy said, those are today's MAGA right now. They having flashbacks with like, this is my opportunity. I was pissed off then, I had nowhere to place it. I'm ready. I've been having to hold it in. Go ahead, Oya.
Like I've been telling y'all, the fake fucks and opportunists be right in y'all motherfucking face. And I'm gonna say this in YN terms because I feel like niggas really don't be listening to me unless I'm cussing. Y'all lack of discernment is wild. Like real wild. Like we keep trusting like white women leftists that look like fucking Great Value Miss Frizzle or like fucking looks like Phineas and Ferb's mom off of fucking Phineas and Ferb. And I just don't get it. You cannot trust these people. I've been telling y'all these motherfuckers been on base. ICE been on base. Why do you think I rent a van every fucking Wednesday in order to take dependents who are not citizens to the grocery store in my fucking uniform? Like, I feel like people just don't be listening.
I feel that.
We passed the point of kumbaya and like all that dumb shit. It's time for people to understand that this war on humanity will not be won by one side. It's gonna take unity, it's gonna take solidarity, and it's gonna take it with the people who also share marginalization with us.
And also too, Glitz on the tube said, it's serious when the racists start defending the Native Americans. Laughing my ass off. She said, y'all can't, if anybody got a reason, it should be the Native Americans. Y'all don't get to fight yet. If they not fighting,
what the fuck y'all mad for? The Indians are fine. Like,
basically,
they weren't even talking about they weren't even talking about us, they were literally talking about Mark Wayne Mullen. That's what they were talking about.
Mark
like
Wayne.
that.
Mark
Not
Wayne.
the indigenous. Mark Wayne indigenous.
Mark
The
Wayne.
Cherokee Princess indigenous.
I'm sorry, I have to do that every time I hear his name because his mother legitimately named him Marwine. Marwine.
And that's how they sound in Oklahoma, just so you know.
Go ahead, Latrine. I saw you hand up, and then I'll play this funny video. We're gonna get out of here, y'all. We'll shut it down for the night.
For the No Kings people, you got to have some aggression. Especially, I agree with Oya, like, first of all, like, we already don't trust you. Let me repeat that again for the people in the back. We already do not trust y'all asses. We don't trust you at all.
We just trying to give y'all some tips. Damn.
We're just trying to understand why, and this is a frame photosynthesis right here, because you argue that we're too angry, and we're looking at y'all not being angry enough. They done took your rights, your women rights. You can't even go and see your gynecologist and hope to come out alive. So my question is, when y'all gonna get angry?
Mm-hmm.
When is, I know, wait, come here, come close. When is your kids? That's when we gonna see what you just played, because it's happening to their kids or their grandkids.
That's if they like their kids. But that's another story.
That's
another story.
That's a whole other story.
It's already their kids. Look at the e-files. That e-files is not full of black and brown children.
Yeah,
it's blonde kids.
And some of these parents, allegedly in Minecraft, sent their kids as long as the money was coming. So
as long as the money was there, absolutely.
If they didn't care about they didn't care about Renee Good, they didn't care about the Peretti, is that his name? They already sending the kids off, because let's be real, sometimes kids get on your goddamn nerves, and we care probably more about ours than they do. What do you think it's really gonna take?
Bitch, I'm trying to understand.
They're not trying. They don't care. They're lazy. In that sense, they want, like, even with Kumbaya, like, if you actually translate Kumbaya, it says "come by here." That's not me being peaceful. That's me telling you should come by and see me because I'm ready to fight.
It's a war song. It's a war song.
It's a It's a WAR song. It's a bet. Come see me.
Nuck if you buck. That is old school nuck if you buck.
And just with West African words. But white folks will be sitting here and just doing that stuff. So now it's like we're now at this point where everybody wants. I just want to feel important, and I want to feel special, and I want to say that I did something, and I want to be a part of this history, and I don't want to be like one of those weird people on the history books where they were yelling at these black children. But it's like, you can be those weird people, not yelling at the black children, but yelling at Lindsey Graham while he's strolling around Disney World this past weekend. Make him uncomfortable. Like, literally, TMZ told y'all to go do that, and nobody's like, listen. If I had a sousaphone right now, and I was young and able to do it, I would follow the Kansas reps and play the tuba song, behind them as they would just walk, just to annoy the shit out of them. But nobody did. Like, you can be absolutely creative. Just they don't want to do it.
Scream PDF.
There's
every time one of them would walk by.
They don't even have a lot of creativity, because most of the shit the central shit a lot of black people came up with, and most of the shit they do have, they stole. Like we talked about on this TikTok, stealing their brand, stealing their ideas for purses, stealing their this, that, and the other. A lot of them, a good majority of them, just steal it. So we're not. And then if you do get creative, they want to feel like it's their idea. They don't want to do it. It's too much, because at the end of the day, they don't want to get rid of their white privilege. They don't want to get rid of that.
Say that again, Jessica.
At the end of the day, they don't want to get rid of their white privilege. Yeah, I want to get rid of him. I don't want to put a black woman in. So, but I don't want to get rid of my white privilege. I just don't want to pay through $4 for some gas. I just don't want to hear you talk crazy while my kid is in the room. Because if the children can't listen to the president, that's a problem. I just don't want you to take money from my farm. I don't want my eggs too goddamn high. Okay. Just don't take
We're
my
gonna go
snap.
left. We ain't going that far left. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
okay.
We ain't going that far left.
But just I do have to slightly correct you also.
Okay, go ahead.
They don't have creativity for good things.
Yeah, because when it comes
These
down to
motherfuckers
torture,
are
they got it
creative when
down.
it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, pull out something from your grandpa's diary and try it out. Okay, remember all
No
those
one's
things your
stopping
grandpa said
you.
they did? Like, listen, you do some of that, maybe we got you with some bail money. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll just call it a day. We'll call it even. But they do get creative with that shit. That's something you don't need help with. Just look at one episode of Snapped.
Yeah.
Just go and look into the books or look up your favorite hero. Your favorite, you know.
Because
Or
when
go
you
be or go be Sid from Toy Story. Just nobody's stopping
Grandpa's
you.
diary was wild.
Yo, even if you look down the e-files, the creative ways that they have gotten to unalive these babies and treat them, these children allegedly in Minecraft on this one episode, who thinks of that? That is when they creative wheels turn. And I'm like, you some sick motherfuckers. You some sick motherfuckers. But
why don't they use it for good?
yeah.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me
You
out. Okay.
can, so use it for bad against the bad people.
Yes. Okay. So hear me out. Okay. So like, I want you all to go look up medieval alleged torture things. Okay. Look at the stuff they came up with to harm people who ticked them off. Like the Judas cradle.
The Spanish
Look that bitch
the
up.
Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, look that stuff up. Look at what those things are. I want to know, when are the, like, it has to be like they are perfectly fine being harmed by their own, so long as they can harm other people. But the minute that you pass that 8x11 privilege, like, I have never seen a convenient protest before. I have never seen line dancing and frog suits. Poor line dancing, by the way. I'm sorry. That ish was upsetting. Like, y'all, well, I have seen Karens cause more disruption over their caramel macchiato not having enough caramel than the stuff that they did at these No Kings protests. I need y'all to legitimately be your feral, natural selves and do something. Because this whole, we don't want to harm, we want kindness ain't never won shit.
Yeah.
Being nice.
KGR. Could we help them? Could we like do something to like push this forward? Could we go and like buy out all the blonde hair extensions? Hold on, hear me out.
Not buy the blonde hair extensions, bitch. I'm dead.
And pass them out at the rally.
No, we're not passing them out. We're just taking them all off the stocks because these people are gonna have to go out with their 2 pieces of hair. Like, we gotta think of all the things they hold near and dear to their heart.
Yeah, we got to get them going. I get what you're saying, Saji. You know how like when you was a kid, you know how when you was a kid and there was a bully or whatever, and they be like, "Oh, if you hit my hand, that means you tougher than her." You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get them going. We got to get them pumped up. Be like, Trump out here punking y'all. You know?
I'm screaming. What else do they like? Take away the lattes.
We need a little bit of help from
Pumpkin
Lisa on
spice.
this.
Get rid of pumpkin spice.
Get rid of all the bleach.
Oh, instant riots if y'all get rid of pumpkin spice.
No more leggings and no more
Pumpkin spice is not even that great anyways.
No, it's not. It's not. I don't get it. Go ahead, Oya.
All the hair color.
Not y'all. You know what?
Girl, it is not raining. Cut the windshield wipers off.
It is.
It said, that mean ain't no water on the screen.
I was about to say, God dang it, I lost it.
My bad.
Oh shit, I lost it again. No, okay. All right. Y'all can't be doing that. Y'all know I'm neurospicy. Why we gotta help them get mad if they didn't get it when they clearly showed them that white women are collateral and not even worth it? that they
That doesn't
showed.
make them mad. That doesn't make them
I
mad.
just,
They're
you know,
superficial bitches, okay? I'm
Girl,
talking, we
Erica
gotta.
went on a tour after, whatever happened. They do not care.
What about if we something to do with dog parks, if you know what if you catch my drift.
they care more about dogs than they do actual human lives.
That's what I'm saying. They love their dogs, their hikes, their
No,
coffee.
okay.
Well, y'all see how they broke in and stole them dogs.
Well, maybe we.
Hey, hold on, wait a
Well,
minute. This needs to be an offline conversation. There's some
Okay, y'all. Allegedly in Minecraft. Okay.
Yeah. I know what we can do.
I'd like to say something.
No,
about
thank you, Auntie.
The frog costumes.
Yeah, go ahead.
The frog costumes, like I think that they were disrespectful. They were disrespectful in wearing the frog costumes and stuff because they were originally worn by the people that were outside the ice facilities. Because at the time, that's when Renee Good and Alex Preddy were taken. And they were like pew-pewing people in the face with pepper balls and stuff like that outside those facilities. And Trump and Vance and all of them were trying to push this narrative that it was like a hellhole in Washington State, and Seattle was like a hellhole, and Portland was it was like war-torn Portland, and trying to push this narrative that they were like effing shit up. And it was their way of pushing back wearing the frog costumes, because then it made ICE look silly and made the administration look silly. And it was like a buffer that they used because they were out there facing off against ICE, right? Who could just, pew-pew them in the face. And then for like the people at these other protests where none of that shit is going on to wear the costumes, it's kind of making the people who had to wear them as like a buffer to maybe not get pew-pewed in the face, right? It's making it look silly. So that wasn't the original point. That's what I saw anyway. When they first started wearing them, it was the people that were right outside those ICE facilities, and they were getting, beaten inside those suits, right? With the suits on and everything. So they started going out there and doing line dances in front of the ICE facility as a way to make Trump look stupid when he would say it was war-torn Portland. So yeah, I don't know why they started wearing them to the No Kings.
So what I want to say is, okay, so allegedly, if someone were to make an AI video of Pumpy Orange Man or Vance or any of those fools harming a four-legged canine of some sort, I bet we could get them out quicker. Drop it on X, and all of a sudden,
Allegedly in Minecraft, that's what we had saw one day when we knew it was just AI.
Yeah, I'm
just hit a lick with y'all because y'all gonna get us caught up.
Like,
yo,
listen,
y'all supposed to be OGs. What the hell?
Today is the last day of Women's History Month. For those, because we forgot to say that yesterday. If you are a subscriber, if you're a woman and you are a super fan, so you're a sub to Jess, you can get access to the link. It is an encrypted app, okay, for women only.
For us to talk about this.
For us to talk about, knitting and stuff like that. So if you guys become a super fan today, or if you're already a super fan, you'll get in there. So do that. Okay.
Thank you so much, Sanjay. And if you want to support women, show love to all the amazing women that are on the panel. Close out the goal. One of them. We got 6 hard hands left and 124 left in tonight's goal as well. But we ain't gonna be here for a long time. I'm trying to get up earlier and not stay up to 7:00 in the morning. So, because I don't wake up to. Thank you, April. April said, "Don't worry about it again. I gotta drop some crowns in the chat for April. I appreciate you. So everybody else can take care of the rest of it. We got 124 left, y'all. We can all send $100 each, and we'll knock it out like it ain't nobody's business. But what I wanted to say is that, and that's what had me. Haven't been waking up to like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I don't like it because it reminds me of another time. So, this video says, SOS, my friend, TikTok is good for finding people, right? And she said, SOS, my friend found her soulmate last night in Huntsville, Alabama after the Lion Man rodeo. And we know nothing about him except his name is Mike. And his friends kept calling him Mike, kept calling him the birds and Finding Nemo. Mike, Mike, Mike. So help us get Nemo home because she loves him. She think he is the one. So let's see if we can. I'm gonna play the video and we get on.
I just want to say one thing before. The 1900s didn't teach y'all shit. Y'all about to get us caught up in this motherfucker. I ain't going to jail.
Girl, look, first and foremost, if I were ever to allegedly do anything, they would never be able to connect it to anybody. Not even me. Allegedly. On Minecraft on a Tuesday in Neverland. Just understand, if I'm going to do something, it's going to be so quiet, y'all going to see it and be like, God damn, she did it.
All right, y'all, here we go. Because she didn't do nothing, y'all. So that is her finding the love of her life, you guys. Alrighty then. So, and then they said, find my man for me. She said, Laura says, hi, I'm Michael's wife. He's busy explaining to our 2 children right now, bitch. Michael got a wife at home, girl. He is not your soulmate. He is not your Finding Nemo. He is none of that, okay?
I knew that was coming.
Oh my God.
Not a white woman asking us to do the labor for her.
Girl, ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. You know what? Taylor made a really good point. I was talking to her the other day, and she said, why they don't ever want to listen to black women. They be like, we need to listen to black women. And we try to give y'all tips on the protest, like, oh, leave me alone. Da, da, da. And then she said something like, y'all don't ever want to listen to us, even though we the ones that raised y'all.
We're gonna just
put you on the titties, cooked your food, told you this, that, and other. We raised y'all, and y'all still don't want to listen, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
You is smart. You is kind. You is special. Whatever the hell she said in the hell. I'm going to bed. I love y'all.
I love y'all too. We are getting up out of here. I got all y'all beautiful last words, so I'm just gonna oh shit, something got in trouble. I will watch that one too with y'all, but we actually about to get up out of here. Let me see where I'm at. YouTube, thank y'all all for being on here. I want to give a shout out to the amazing Nichelle, Saji, Caress, Oya, KGR, Professor Tajuba, Latrine, Lisa, and all the amazing women that are in the chat. Okay, keep protecting your peace. Know who the fuck you are. Love on yourself. Do your self-care. Don't let nobody tell you what the fuck you ain't and what you is. Okay. And if you're out there in them streets, actually get in the street. You ain't got to walk onto the sidewalk, okay? And I know tonight we talked about something deeper than just the image. We talked about history, identity, ownership, and how easily something can hit a nerve when it reflects something real. So whether you saw that image as art, disrespect, or truth, or one thing is clear, we're still unpacking what it means to be seen, represented, and valued. And everybody's still giving them an opportunity to come out with some type of statement. So, when I leave you with this, are we reacting to the image or what it represents? But make sure you guys share, follow. Most importantly, keep thinking. Hit the subscribe button. Hit your thumbs up button. Tomorrow we'll be live at 6:30 to get everybody come in. At 7 p.m. is We Are What's Left Wednesday with founder. We will be interviewing her towards the end of the live. It'll be open for a quick Q&A, or especially any white tea women that want to come up on the panel and ask her any question, because she works with helping white women take racial accountability and deconstructing from this patriarchy and whiteness. Okay. I respect the work that she does, that she has been doing her own deconstructing, which is a thing that we do every single day. We got one more thing from Saji. Go ahead, babe.
No, I was saying we should wait 1 more minute and do our 11-11 wish.
Oh, okay. Ooh, everybody wish something good.
Yeah,
Fuck our collective
really
wish. It's already out there. He gonna do it. Wish for something for yourself. Yeah, wish for something for yourself.
I hope everybody had an amazing Women's History Month.
Mm-hmm.
And remember the sorry jar, okay? We are not saying sorry as
At
Black
all.
and brown women anymore.
Mm-hmm. Fuck this shit. Hey, Tony D, I see you over there on the tube. I see you over there. This is the longest 60 seconds I ain't ever seen in my life.
This is a time for the chat to show the women the love, okay? Till we get our wish.
Oh, Taylor said I'm wishing for Nichelle. That's so sweet.
Oh, that is sweet.
Yes, y'all. Send prayers to your loved ones. Love on each other. Love the people you're around. Appreciate them. Help them when you can. Show up in them. Sorry to interrupt y'all, but it was lit. What if all y'all get done with y'all wish and open your eyes and the live stream gone? Make sure YouTube, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Check out the playlist for all of the end of all of the past lives. TikTok, y'all know I love you guys down. I will see you guys tomorrow. And happy International Women's Month. I think that's what it is. I don't know, y'all. I'm hungry and I'm losing my shit. I love y'all.
Listen.
Bye.
Today is April 1st. It's April Fool's Day. Go act a fool. And if you don't get in trouble though. Don't get in trouble though. Good trouble. And lastly, if anybody cares about this, we are going to the moon tomorrow. It is historic. There is a woman on that mission and a Black man. First time a Black man is going to be in space. Artemis 2 will be launching at 24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to watch that, tune into that. But yeah, Black man in space, first time in history. They're not landing on the moon, but they are orbiting the moon. This will be the furthest in deep space we've ever gone. And it's an honor that a Black man and a woman for the first time will be on that mission.
Let's go. They better not be trying